Yes. We are inside to talk the things that we need to talk today. Today is a well, let me stay off of that for a while. Let me just say to all the people in the maxis and taxis all around the town, say yeah, good morning and welcome. And we try to bring, all the pertinent stuff to you as balanced as we can. And we bring the information to you on a daily basis. But I must say that I am the original bandwagonist. I am the original bandwagonist. My team has gone home last night. 2 upsets in the World Cup. I sit down in our bar from not too far from Stephan, as a matter of fact, from 1 o'clock till 12 o'clock last night. I watched all the games right down. It was very, very interesting how the football is going. But note that this is a long time that Netherlands has not been kicked out of the World Cup so early. Long time. And I am a bandwagonist, so I was a Netherlands fan, so I had to find somebody to back now. Four. You're 4?
I lost my money yesterday, boy. Morning, people.
You lost your money twice.
Yes, boy.
Twice. Quite 2 upsets yesterday.
Right now, across. I'm angry.
But
I'm miserable.
But if we call it had got through, we name Japan had got down to penalty kicks. I feel it that window.
Japan.
They play really good, boy. They play really good.
Japan make the mistake that all these small teams has make, boy.
Where's that? What do you do?
You cannot defend for 45 minutes against teams like Brazil.
Oh, okay.
You went 1-0 up in the first half.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And then you come out in the second half to defend. You cannot have teams like Brazil and them running at you. They're going to get through eventually. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot.
But the team real fit, boy. That Japanese team real fit, boy.
Listen. Brazil back 4 suspect. I'm telling all you that. Any team that they meet that run at them, they're in trouble. I know I'm telling all you.
Right.
They are one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He's goalkeeper for Liverpool, so he's one of the best. Alisson. Right? But nevertheless, Japan was looking good going forward.
Right.
You get your goal going forward because that back 4 ain't good. Right? Beside Gabriel in the back there, the next 3 suspect. I'm telling all you. Right?
Right on the Brazil side.
On Brazil side, yeah.
Right.
So you're going forward, you attack them, right? You're getting one.
Right.
You're going in at the half 1-0 up. You come out in the second half. I blame the manager for this, because you had time to talk to the team and set your tactics. And your tactics was to come out in the second half and try to defend for 45 minutes. You cannot play that kind of football. Not in this kind of football. Not in this kind of era here. Right. Them teams and them playing high press football, attacking brand. Right. Not just Brazil, all them team and them. You cannot do that against Spain, France, Netherlands, Germany. You cannot do that.
Right.
They will penetrate. They will get in sooner or later. Yeah. What they should have done. And here the next problem with that too. Yeah. You're putting all the pressure on your midfield and your back 4. Right. Because whoever playing your lone forward or your 2 forwards, they're right there on the outside looking to sprint forward to catch them on the counter attack if anything.
Right.
But your midfield and your back 4, you're putting too much pressure on them. They are all the work to do for 45 minutes.
Right.
You have to be mentally and physically strong to handle that kind of job, right?
Right.
When you look at how Japan set up in the second half,
right?
You notice the fielders had the lines, right? Drawn.
Yeah.
A light one, a dark one, a light one, right? Japan whole team was in 3 of them lines.
Right.
In 3 of the arm thing. That way the whole team was fitting.
Right.
That's how compact they was in the back there.
Right.
Trying to defend. What they should have done, you done 1-0 up already. I's a kind of fella. I going down with my guns blazing.
Right.
Right? The manager should have said, listen, let me go out in the first half, we go and run them for 20 minutes.
Right.
Let me play with natural style of football for at least the first 15 to 20 minutes of the second half.
Right.
And if it is, we can't get our second one, we go resort to a defensive formation
Right.
and try to hold them off for the next 20.
Right.
Right? But you cannot sit back and let these teams run at you. This is big team. Anytime small team do that, small teams has always do them thing. Go 1-0 up and feel like a defend for the rest of the match. You can't do it. It don't work. It don't work.
This like Panorama again. It's like Panorama all over. Well.
And then
I just say a little different this year because two big teams going home. Well,
and then
Japan is not a big team, but
Japan is a very improved team.
Yeah,
they have
improved team,
been improving, right?
Yeah.
But and then too after that Germany.
Right.
Germany against you mentioned Paraguay in the early
Yes, certainly do.
I starting to think now like Paraguay sell that game to the States 5-1 hour. Because the States is a host nation and that's the first game hour. Because Paraguay in the next two games and this one against Germany is a totally different Paraguay to what we see against United
totally
States, you know.
Yeah. They was playing good.
But FIFA tell them, you had to sell that game, let the States win or something. Because remember, people was, it's Paraguay, America beat Paraguay. And I was telling them, no, Paraguay come from South American zone, boy. Competing with the best of the best down in South America, that's where they qualify from.
Right.
Them are no small team. You can't look at them South American. None of them South American teams are small teams.
But Morocco did well too.
Well, look, I'll come into that. But before I get to that, I find Germany get a raw deal though. That goal should have stand, eh?
No, that goal should not stand.
That goal had to stand. That's a goal.
Player assaulted the
he didn't assault nobody.
He assaulted the keeper.
He didn't assault nobody.
And the keeper wasn't ready for the second goal.
No.
The second attempt.
He was marking the keeper.
Right, and he assaulted him.
The referee say that he obstruct the goalkeeper from challenging for the ball.
Right.
It's no way the keeper could have get to that ball. That ball will come cross to the back post. It's no way. Superman couldn't get that. Superman couldn't get up in here and get that. Them goalkeepers too protected, boy. As you touch a goalkeeper now, it's a foul.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Yes. You're not supposed to touch a goalkeeper like that.
Nah, them goalie just overdo it too, man. There's game effects, man. They overdo it, man. The real dramatist, boy.
But that was a controversial.
But that game was a good game.
I
controversial call.
I now saying that but they ain't using VAR in this game at all. You know, as I say that.
Boom, VAR.
They come and score.
But Germany Germany all the same. They had the penalty kicks. But I don't like, you see, penalties, boy. Penalties are a hard way to go out, eh? It's a hard way to go out. It's 50-50. There are no favorites in penalty.
Well, you have 90 minutes to win a game.
Well, you have 120 actually, because you had the extra time.
Well, you have 90 minutes to win.
Yeah. So,
if you don't win, you go into extra time and that another 50
No, but Paraguay,
50.
when you check out Paraguay, right? Really and truly. Paraguay forget our game in America because I convinced now that was a sell game. Right? I don't know if the players didn't climatize or something. I don't know. But that game suspect to me now. Because after that, they come and they play Turkey.
Right?
They was leading 1-0, they got a red card and they hold out. So defensively, they're strong.
Right.
So you can't tell me you're that strong defensively and get 5 from America. Nah, man. Oh, God. Give me a break now, man, FIFA. Don't do me that. It's 5 America. It's not 5 America, them, boy. It's how much America, them, boy? 5 or 4? Just now. I go tell you now. Let me go back in the books. But let me get while I'm looking for that. The Netherlands, boy. Oh, God, I feel it for the Netherlands, boy.
Well, they played
the biggest hard luck team in the history of football.
They played a lot of rubbish in the first half. I wasn't impressed with them in the first half. Still, I'll leave. But when I checked the results this morning, I am seeing where it was 1-1, and they went to penalty kicks. And Morocco just did. Hey, that Japanese keeper too, boy. Suzuki, he real different, boy.
Where Japan get a black goalkeeper from, boy?
Yeah, boy.
It's a Blackanese keeping there, you know. The States added them 4. It was 4, not 5. 4-1. Yeah, but that Japanese goalkeeper, but the Dutch goalkeeper that Dutch goalkeeper save Holland from getting about 5, you know.
Yeah.
It's 5 top class save.
Yeah.
Any other day them ball in back of the net, you know.
Yeah.
But Morocco, we had to give Morocco the props, boy. Morocco has done it again. They have proven that last World Cup wasn't a fluke. They have showed up to this World Cup, and now they have a soccer game.
Who they play next?
They'll play Canada.
Okay.
They're as good as into the quarterfinals because I don't care nobody tell me Canada ain't beating Morocco. Right? Hard luck the Canadians.
Well, you would have said differently yesterday too.
Yeah, but Canada ain't beating Morocco.
But we don't know that.
Canada ain't beating Morocco.
It have some upsets coming.
Boy, who is that today, boy? Oh God.
Well, I know
no pressure today.
I know Wednesday. I'm back at my spot again. I'm back by the same bar again Wednesday because France playing Wednesday. So I had to see Mbappe and them get on.
Well, today, the big game today is for me is Côte d'Ivoire and Norway, you know.
Côte
d'Ivoire, Norway. Remember I tell you, Côte d'Ivoire is my dark horse in the African nations. They ain't gonna go far. If they get past Norway.
Morocco is my team for the African
nations.
If
Ivory Coast get past Norway today, I'm telling all you, Ivory Coast in that quarterfinals, Ivory Coast playing real good football,
Yeah.
But they're playing quick, fast, heavy metal football with pace, attacking. They're playing good football. And you have to remember they get Germany a run for the money, you know. Germany barely beat them, you know. Germany had to come from behind to beat Ivory Coast, you know. They come on our group with Germany. But Norway rest some of the key players against France, so that France game with Norway, don't judge them on that. But France, Sweden is another good one today too. Mexico, Ecuador is another good one.
Wednesday.
Today's Ivory Coast, Norway, 1 o'clock. 5 o'clock, France and Sweden. And Mexico will take on Ecuador at 9 p.m. And then, yeah, boy. Oh, good. The action starting lunchtime tomorrow, boy. England taking on the Congo, Belgium, and Senegal, USA and Bosnia. Wow. Now, but the World Cup, let me tell you something about that. This World Cup.
Why predictions go on to crap?
Everybody predictions.
Why go on to predictions?
Somebody go kill that mathematician, you know. But the man cost me money, boy. I'm running with confidence, boy.
The man say he has never been wrong.
The man picked the last 4 World Cup winners, but I say, oh gosh.
He's not.
You know, I lost yesterday, no boy. I really lost yesterday, no. I lost a little change yesterday. I lost some thousands on it. I just lost a little change, you know. Less than $1,000, but jeez, boy.
Nevertheless,
I was getting $5 on Japan to beat Brazil, boy. But how you mean? I put 500. I said, well, oh God, if they win that game, like 2,500.
Right.
When they went 1-0 up at starter, I said, oh gosh. Oh gosh. Ka-ching, Stephan. Oh God, just hold out 45 more. We got rest our second one on them, and that's it.
I said it was 2-1. It would have been 2-1.
2-1.
That's how I bring it down. Japan would have been 2-1. It's the other way around.
Yeah, but if they'd come out in the second half and play the natural style of football, they would have run Brazil. They would have run Brazil. Them team and them just get tamped with that. I hate to see that kind of football, boy.
And if they had gone down to penalties, Japan would have won that shirt.
I feel they might have beat. I feel they could have won any penalties, you know.
Yeah, they could have won any penalties. They're fitter. They're much fitter.
But you see, when you're going to defend for 45, especially in a knockout round, right? In a 90-minute game, like one thing. In a knockout round, when you're going to defend against teams of the caliber like a Brazil and them,
right,
you have to manage your substitutes proper. And that's the problem there, because now you have to study, well, okay, we might have extra time coming, our next 30 minutes of extra time. I might want to hold back two substitutions that are bringing some fresh legs coming down in that extra time period. So now the management of your substitutes come in. And that is why
it's 5 subs. I don't know, right?
I think it's 5. I don't know. I'm not too sure if they add an extra one for this World Cup, you know.
Like, all that. But
I think 5 is enough. They're overdoing it with this hydration nonsense.
This hydration breaking the momentum.
Exactly, boy. Breaking up the whole game into this 4 quarters, boy. If FIFA, all let me see you that, Make this the last World Cup with your hydration. Or they go and play the World Cup in Alaska or somewhere now because I want 45 minutes on the field.
But they're saying it's $3 billion they're making off of
Advertising.
Advertising when the whole tournament is over. They're projecting that kind of money.
Yeah. You see, people don't understand. I mean, people don't understand the business in this thing, you know. It's a business. You have to remember, in America, right? America does have timeouts for a reason.
Right.
Every time you have a game and you go to a timeout, it's ads. It's money to make. They don't. They not. If you like a timeout because the coach like to talk to the players so much, he could do that from the sideline. Right. He could say, "Hey, take back on basketball. Oh, pick up this one, wherever." Right. You know, now he's a drop. You gotta drop a play at certain times. But some of these, you know what I mean. Timeout it's to make money.
Well, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's to make money, and when you check the time frame that money does making, we talking about a timeout is about 2 to 3 minutes, a full timeout.
Couple million, well,
right?
in that
So in that 2 to 3 minutes, the Super Bowl, the kind of money companies spend to advertise in the Super Bowl is ridiculous. You ain't see down here, they said they couldn't CNC3 and all of them. They couldn't win that bid because they can't make the money back in advertising. Because the companies down here, the kind of price that they would have had a call for advertising during the World Cup.
To this balance out.
To make back that money. Down here, you see, we's a small market. We's 1.4 million. How much money you go spend in advertising during a World Cup? 300,000, 250,000. That ain't no money to make back there. You have no money to go run at a loss. So they couldn't do it. TTT, none of them here could have do it. They couldn't bid. Well, it's a hell of a thing. I tell you. Unless you catch that, unless you win that as a regional provider, that you provide in the whole, that feed for the whole region, I can't see you making back your money.
No, well, they ain't putting on nothing going on in this country right now.
Yeah, nothing going on, but businesses ain't spending money too. So nobody ain't going to spend that kind of money to advertise during the World Cup and that kind of thing. But it's real money, you know, that TV rights. That's where the money is in TV rights.
All right, well, we're going to pay some bills, people. We're going to come right back and we're going to get right into it. I understand that Mylat is closing down, so that's an interesting topic.
Mylat?
Yeah, Mylat. Yeah.
Closing down?
Well, I understand it was sold as a closing down by you know who, but I understand that it was closed to restructure, to come back again. But we'll talk a little bit about that because I have some P&M operatives that I talk to.
Oh, Jesus and angels, Lord.
Right.
I thought it's unrepentant UNC.
No, I have some P&M.
You have operatives in the P&M?
Them causing problems.
You have P&M CIA?
Yeah.
Oh, God, pressure.
Yeah. We'll be right back, people.
Propaganda.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Bruh, you know, I have a bone to pick with you, eh? You still supporting that side, yeah? Obviously, till the day I die.
But you really think they could win our title again?
You do know we are the defending champions. We have a player that's going to have a fairy tale ending. You do know that we come with a lot of experience and a whole bunch of youngsters.
Yeah, but sentiments don't win your World Cups.
You know what? I'm not having this with you right now. I'll see you on the final VAR.
Catch all the action on the final VAR right here on TTT and TTT Live online from 8:30 p.m. starting Thursday, 11 June 2026.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR victories. Analysis.
Sunday, July 19th, all roads lead to the Mecca at 11A Marval Road in Port of Spain. Digicel and the TTT Limited Media Network presents Game On, the finale, the ultimate watch party experience. So, who will lift the trophy? Get ready to feel the energy, the excitement, and the passion for the biggest match of the tournament on giant screens with giveaways, and you got these special after show performances as well, all right, from some of your favorite artists. So admission is free, but again, entry, you must secure your exclusive access pass. Log on now to Island Tickets to get yours today. Gates open at 1 p.m, so make sure and be there early and don't miss a moment. And for more details, you can stay locked into TTT Limited Media Network, Suite 100.1, Next 99.1, and Talk City 91.1 FM. Game On, the finale. Don't just watch it, experience it. All right. X! What going on with my lot now?
Well, I understand that.
What's going on there?
Well, I understand that it is being revamped, so it's going to be closed for a while in some areas. But what I am noticing is that there are a lot of P&M operatives and at the different strategic points in different ministries that are stymieing progress and purposely stymieing progress in order to make the government look bad. Right? It is what it is. And it's not a case of where the minister could just get in and remove them and that kind of stuff. It's pressure because you have to be able to work with them, you know. And it is very unfortunate that it's going that way, because I've seen it in different enterprises at different times that is timing the progress of what's going on. And I don't know what's the government plan for dealing with that in terms of how they're going to deal with that kind of thing. But you can't. I remember back in NAR days, NAR set up parallel systems to try to get around these issues, and but we know where that went. We know where that went. We had a coup and so on. But that was one of the ways to get away from the Hydra, you know, that nobody always talks about, to try to navigate around them, because they are stymieing progress, and the public they're seeing the end result. They're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes, you know. So it's very unfortunate that it has to go that way, but it is what it is. Yes, it's just a fight, a daily fight, any other fight, and do your thing, basically. And that way come down too.
All right. Can't just fire everybody, right?
If you can't, die the problem. That's the problem.
I know it's so real brutal, I always say it.
No, well,
but sometimes you gotta be radical, man.
Well, you have to, well...
You gotta get rid of the obstacles.
Well, that's what they're doing. In some instances, they're brought in their own people that have their own vision that is aligned with their vision to carry the party forward. But the people that the key decision makers are the ones that you can't move out just like that. So they
But
still
they're
have
not supposed to be the technocrats.
Yes, but they have the ideologies that they want.
Well, of course.
They want their party back in. So them taking the good old time and stymieing process and only shuffling paper and desk and putting paper in draw and losing it and all kind of mad thing going on. So it is looking as though you don't know what you're doing. You know, but you're trying to bring in people at every level to try to get the process moving in the way that you want it to move. But if you have lots of people in key positions that are not in alignment with your vision, you know what happened there. You know what happened there. So it's pressure all around for the government at this point
unfortunately,
in
that
time.
is the nature of the beast.
That is the nature of the beast.
Adversarial politics, that's not so. We just say that. That is the system we exist in.
Yep.
So you can't get away from that.
No, you can't get away from that. That is the problem. That is the problem.
Unless you have a significant majority.
And where have a significant majority?
No, I'm just saying.
And worse said, the people in key positions, the president would have appointed some of them.
But this is what I'm saying. Unless you have your own president,
Well,
and you have
I've been advocating
where
for
you
that
could
for a
make
while.
certain changes
I've been advocating for that for a while.
to allow for these things. But
anything named commission and
thing.
thing fall under the president, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you have those different commissions and then the president is where and if you have somebody preaching from the PNM Bible,
The Bible, the gospel,
the
of
gospel
the
of the
PNM.
PNM, what do you expect?
Oh my goodness!
What do you expect with their picks?
The bally say bubble. What you gonna do?
They are put there to stymie you. So you gotta
It is what it is, you know. You gotta work your way around it, you know.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta work your way around it. But I mean, it have programs that need to be up and running. We need to engage these youths in a big way and create as many opportunities as possible. Where is Philip Watts, boy? Where is AV?
What's had his problems recently? When he now went in and he's trying to streamline stuff and
No, but
people,
he walking around and in between and up and under, sort of thing.
well,
you
you
know.
would see it.
Yeah.
You know, that's by the way how the things are administrated. It's a whole floor of people, 3-month contract, a whole floor, 100 and something youths on 3-month contract, and he got to find out and he said, here what's going on. When the contract expire, don't renew them. Nice. It's because the POMSEC and other people go on renew the contract. In some instances, it happened all over the place. That man fighting their own war in your own ministry. It is what it is. You gotta find a way to get around that.
These are the repercussions of 10 years.
Yeah, it is what it is. 10 years today, you know. They're properly well ingrained in the system, you know.
Yeah, this is my problem. It must have terms for these people, man.
Wait, I know too.
So that we could get rid of them in a period of time, man.
You can't get rid of them.
I
just so.
understand, but we need to change something. Gotta happen to change
How
that.
the only way you can change that is
You
constitutional
cannot-
reform. And constitutional reform now has been put under the PM's office. So I'm hoping that at some point she starts to talk about how we could change this system that we operate under. Because the system has flaws. It has many flaws.
Many flaws. We know that.
You know,
So, I mean-
I'm not organ well for you.
But
you know, coming in not organ well for you.
I do not like people who stand in the way of progress. If you're standing in the way of progress, you are an enemy of the state. I'm very serious. That is how I view you.
Well, yeah, that's how you view them, but you can't do nothing about
You
it.
stand.
That's the problem.
If you play in politics and standing in the way of progress, you are an enemy of the state.
Right?
You understand what I'm saying? That is what you are. You ain't no opposition operative. You're an enemy of the state. That's how I see you.
Well,
Talk done.
it
Plain
is
talk,
what
bad
it
manners.
is what it is going on. That is what's going on right now. And a lot of people, they ain't really saying much kind of thing. But that is the problems that they're facing. You know, how to get away. Because last time in election and thing, as the next day, pay them moving and pour out all of them, you know.
But how they was able to do that then?
Well, they had the powers, I guess. I don't know.
How they could have the power 2219?
Well, them just walk in and tell them get out,
Well,
and they got out.
and I do the same thing and let them take me to court. And I carry that on for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, as long as I could carry it on.
Well, yeah, what?
Yes.
They run them like a dog.
I would have do just so.
Well,
Anybody standing in the way of progress is an enemy of the state.
well, it's easy to say that, but to
I'm just saying
get
from
around
my
them,
perspective.
to get around them, you have to set up either a parallel system or
Right.
get rid of them. Right? You can't get rid of them, so you have to set up a parallel
Now
system.
we don't say get rid of them. People might take the wrong terminology for that. We have to fire them. Yeah, we don't say get rid of them.
or don't renew their
That
contracts.
sound like throw in a trunk and drive. That sound kind of
Kind of suspect.
That sound kind of yeah. Like, we don't say get rid of them. You had to find a way to move them out the system.
Yeah, but how? You can't move them just like that. The system
know.
is not as easy. Like, okay, if the contract coming to an end, you just don't renew the contract. Right?
Yeah.
But if you're there 20-something years, permanent, well ingrained in the work, but you're an opposition thinker, how does that work for the new policies that the new government want to implement? How does that work?
Problems, to say the least.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
is what
And you cannot get up a morning and say, hey, you playing the fool, move across to that department or get out.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Right? So how are you getting your vision across?
For somebody to work with them.
Put somebody to work with them? Well, you have to create your own parallel system. Right?
Right.
So it's only two options you have.
For somebody to sit down right next to them. So every document pass, that person see about it. No, don't worry, I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And give them the
Well-
authority to sign off.
Well, it is what it is.
That's what I do.
That's what it's down to. Because like a DJ ministry, right now.
And have that person that you put there,
Yeah.
have them do up a report every month. On that,
Well, set up a parallel system
Yeah.
so you're getting somebody to
a
do the
performance
job
report.
on them. You know?
To say, well, Mr. Doe, Mr. Doe performed poorly during the month of so and so, ting, delays in this, that, whatever. And
Well-
bill your paper trail.
Well, they can do that. Yeah,
But
that's
that's
an
what I do. Just
that's
take a little
that's
effort.
an option
It takes some effort, that's all.
because like Khadija
Yeah.
in her ministry, don't you find it strange that the corporations clamoring about monies what they didn't get, which they got,
Which they got. We know they got it.
and NPOP's program and getting pay and all them kind. You don't find it
And
strange
they have the
that
money to
happen?
pay. They have the money
They
to
have
pay.
the money that's not been allocated.
Why are they doing poor people that?
I don't understand what is going on. And they
Why
taking
are they doing
the
pop
comptroller
that?
take and sending back thing for,
And then singing
for
about them
small
as the,
thing, you know.
and them is the champion of poor people.
Yeah.
They're claiming to be the champion of poor people, but they're doing poor people that. You could understand that?
It is what it is. And she
And-
can't just go in and say, well, you're going to move out from there. Well, but
And people are going to sit down in a room and clap it.
what they were saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're proud of that, eh?
But of course, that is the way. Let me tell you something, eh? It has some things you can't change in this life, eh?
Yep.
And I'll tell you this, and I learned this from small. You see the older generation, here what they like. Sparrow, Brazil, and P&M.
Right.
That's the three, that's the trifecta. Sparrow,
Brazil,
Brazil?
PNM.
P&M. That's it. That's the trifecta. And you can't change your mind about that.
Right.
They're going down with it. I'm telling you.
You really got to change your mind.
That's three things.
Changing a
Three
man
things.
mind against his will. He
You can't do it. You can't
made
do
it
it.
with his own opinion.
You can't do it. We have to develop. Listen, we have a generation coming up, right? That ain't, well, they ain't too right in the head in some instances, but they're very talented in others.
Right.
I'll put it that way, right? But they have a different perspective on life. They have a different way that they look at politics, and you know, we should invite some as schools going on holidays. Let us try to invite some youths in studio with us to get their perspective on the issues.
Yeah. Get their perspective.
What do you think about this?
Because I thought when we got the impromptu visit by the school the other day, you notice the question I asked, right? About the fathers.
Yeah.
And only one person said they have a supportive father.
Yeah.
Out of all them children.
Yeah. It was about 9 or 10 of them. Yeah,
That is frightening.
yeah, that's scary.
That's scary. Because this is just a small snapshot of what is the bigger picture
Yeah.
outside there. Right?
But-
and these is youths here that the parent was the stopgap measure, was the actual catalyst for them to be here in this school doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? Their mother say. Their mother send them. Their mother been behind them. Them kind of thing, right?
Kind of thing, yeah.
Where's the fathers? Where the fatherly role? All, and it was different races here, right? Don't talk kind of white boy kind of thing, right?
Half, yeah.
A kind of half white
Half
something,
and half, yeah.
right? All of them say they don't want no part of the father kind of thing.
Yeah, it was very disappointing to see the reaction.
You know,
when father was mentioned,
people
yeah.
would dismiss that.
As
you know,
no, that's a serious thing.
All the kids, one kid alone, one,
yeah.
and that was the half white one that say his father and mother
Smalley
is,
too, eh? Smalley
is
too, eh?
support. The Smalley
was like, my father has been there.
Right.
Smalley was like the one who's
the rest of them,
But everybody else
you know what I mean?
was very, very negative towards the mention of father, which is
Depressing. That's depressing.
That's very disappointing. But we'll talk to Stanley. Let's talk to Stanley today. School is going on holidays. We have a 9 to 12, so they'd rather get up early, like 6 a.m. in the morning and that kind of thing.
You know, some of them are morning person.
We bring them in all 11 o'clock.
Right.
Have a nice little discussion with them. Find out, what they think about race issues, crime, social divisions, things like that.
Yeah.
Let me just hear the perspective on it. It might be an eye opener. Let's get their view on the world.
Okay.
What they understand the world to be. Because remember, when you go into school, you don't study. You don't know nothing about light bill and water bill and nothing.
Right.
You're behind comfortable. You just know you're going to school and you hire your bag with your books. You know your mother and your father get it. You know where the money come from.
Right.
You understand? And then you go to school and you're playing you understand the AWS.
Right.
And you don't understand the sacrifice that your parents has make to ensure that you get an education. And some people waste that education, unfortunately.
Picture, again, I said, was a snapshot here, right? Picture outside there.
Yeah.
That they don't have a mother and father.
Yes.
And no support systems. Where do they go from there?
Yeah.
Who ushering them into any school to better yourself, to do anything productive? Who ushering you into a good life?
Yeah, they have to
Picture how much thousands of children outside there don't have that opportunity like the ones that came in here. That they say their mother send them, their mother coach them, some of them lead into it, kind of thing. Right. What about those that did not get that? Where they going?
Where they going?
Where they really headed?
Where they headed, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's important questions.
And there's thousands of them out there. Thousands of them. Not just one and five and them. Thousands of them out there.
Yep. Well, I see here, just on some other news, and we come into the naughty corner after the 10 o'clock news, I see here two headlines. I see a nice little picture here of one set of crowd outside Inland Revenue Division as landlords rush to beat the deadline. Why we just wait till last minute to go and rush to end up in a long line to get frustrated whole day? All they like to waste the hours in holiday. Why is this we just wait till the last of the last?
Right.
I can't figure that out. But we have that. And then you have minister to allow Christmas list back to Trinidad and Tobago for the sedition trial. So Roger Alexander has heard the plight of Christmas list.
Right.
And he has said we're going to open the doors and let him in for the trial.
Right.
And so on and so forth. So it's an easy fix.
Right, all right.
In that, you understand? So when all you feel, the man ain't walking. The man on top of the game. You understand?
Right.
The man answer one time, yes, oh gosh, we go let him in. This is not a problem.
Right.
The man must be able to come in to deal with that. I see here as well, Ramada Prakash is leading the legal defense as bribery allegations swirl around judicial officer. Magistrate did nothing wrong. That is what they say, and they say lawyers are rallying around the magistrate.
Well,
that's interesting.
Very interesting.
Have all these lawyers that rallying around the magistrate, have they seen the evidence?
No, well, they're rallying around him. I don't know they're rallying around him.
Look at the headline there. Look at the headline there. Let me read that a little bit, because I know the headline is misleading, eh?
Right.
Even as a sitting magistrate has not been arrested or charged for corruption, attorneys have come to the defense of the judicial officer. The Express exclusively reported yesterday that the magistrate's arrest is imminent on allegations that bribes were received for favorable court rulings. The Express did not name the magistrate, but attorney Prakash Ramada held a news conference at the San Fernando offices at which acting Chief Magistrate Brian Dibadine was present. Ramada referred to pointed statements suggesting a magistrate had committed wrongdoing in the execution of his duties, and he said, quote, "Today I have with me a senior magistrate, Mr. Brian Dibadine, and my dear colleagues, Mr. Michael Ruplal and Mr. Vishan Girwa. Girwa, yeah. Three of us have been advising Mr. Dibadine because, having regard to what is in that article, we thought it fit and proper to set the record right. Although no names were put in the article, there was in the public domain some time ago an issue connected to the very matters that was spoken of in the article, right? Let me see, boy. I'm trying to reach the part where they say lawyers rallying around, because
no, I know the kick. I read the article and it said around well, first to begin, I said yesterday, how is it they coming up with it? Why they telegraphing this arrest?
Yes.
Without any due process kind of thing. And calling a name and whatever. Why they was telegraphing that? I was asking that just yesterday. Right?
Yes.
Why they doing that? And then I saw the article this morning with Ramada saying, you have to be careful how you're advocating against the judiciary, because that's one of our strongest arms of defense when we arbitrate in matters, right? It is our longest and strongest body, the judiciary. I always get problem saying that word, right? The judiciary. You must not cast aspersions on the judiciary just like that.
Yes.
If you have evidence or whatever, bring it, and let's deal with it. But trying to cast a cloud
over the judiciary
is not something that we should be happy about or encouraging. So to come out and say that you're going and lock up, if you're locking up the magistrate, go with the evidence and lock up the magistrate. What's the problem? We're telegraphing and putting in the papers in this big way.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, somebody wrote a report, not so? This came out in the Express, and the report, it was plastered on the front page. So a reporter got information from somewhere and decided to print a story on it, right?
Well, go after the man. What's the problem? Or woman, I should say.
Yeah, but my thing is, where do they get these sources from? Because this had to be a source within the TTPS, who ought not to be discussing a matter that is under investigation with a reporter.
Well, yeah.
Not so?
Well, yeah.
Right, but somehow or the other, the information has come out, right?
It's supposed to remain under wraps until.
Right, and we know that headlines has come out that he has had a kind of wait and say, remember the Hilton? Oh, Hilton leaving Trinidad. Thank you, Guardian Media. They're still here. Right? They're leaving Trinidad. And then the opposition jump on it, from Randall Mitchell to Colmimbo to all of them, to talk about how incompetent this administration is. And then when they do the background check, Hilton wasn't satisfied since they were in power. And they did nothing. Right? And this administration ought to come in, deal with the Hilton on a level, and, organize the extension and that kind of thing.
I must check Kyle and see if he available.
And then we had
all this morning.
All this morning?
Yeah.
I just check him and we'll connect with him in the second hour, if anything. Then you had, what was the other things we had? We had all kind of thing plastered all over the newspaper. That wasn't...
but why they would go down that road? You know what I mean? Magistrate going to charge the man and let we get it
And
over
then,
with.
and yeah.
Where's all this gambash
But all
about
this speculation,
we going and charge and
we
kind of chipping? Come now,
No,
man.
but
where
that's
do
the
we-
reporter. That's the reporter printing information that they would have gotten from a source. You don't understand, you know, this is reporting.
Old source you get that from now. When you open that old source.
Well, boy, what you gonna do? Boy, let me see something here, boy. No, not that one. There was another headline.
But
I
know if Ramadan jump out, it's because he has a reason, because he's a man of integrity and he
Prakash?
yeah, he's a man of integrity, real stickler to the books and that kind of stuff. And I know if he jump out himself, and especially them lawyers with him there, because I know most of them. Yeah, trust me, they would have, you know,
That's a
case
serious team.
to defend in the public space, the judiciary. I think they would come out and defend that hard, because
Alright.
you can't afford to have question marks over the judiciary,
Correct. I agree with you.
because that's one of our last defense against anything in the country, law and how you administer law,
Especially
and so
with certain controversial matters that have going
yes,
on. Yeah.
you know,
So I mean, now is not the time to be
loose
casting
and
doubt.
fast. Yeah.
I just want to go back to that prison issue, boy. The conditions in the prison, right? That Faris Al Rawi noticed at the police stations, you know, and the deplorable conditions.
Well, most likely she would be put in a special area, because she would be considered what is called a high risk inmate.
Okay.
So high risk inmates go by themselves. They don't go in general population and that sort of stuff.
Right.
Because it's very easy to them to say, oh, what's going on? The first man that killed 10 officers get $1 million. You know, that kind of way. So that's why we considered high risk inmates.
High risk inmates.
Right?
All
So they put them in different cells. They don't mix with the general population.
Right.
And that kind of, they don't get meals with everybody else. They get everything separate. And apart.
Well,
So she would be put in an area like that. I don't know.
but I would imagine he would be put in the same. He would be put in the same type of area.
Yeah.
All right, but my point is this. I have complained about these prisons for years, the conditions. And one of the reasons, and I spoke about it this morning, one of the things that brought my attention to it is when my old man had get the contract for roaches and rats in the Frederick Street prison. And we had to go down in the remand section, which I could only describe as a dungeon.
Well, it was designed in 18 something.
Correct.
Right? And it was a colonial kind of thing. They still have cells you had to bend down to go in and
To go in, yeah.
to go in the prison tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was the punishment cells that you would take away. It's called bread. Bread is like punishment for certain things. You infractions you would do. So they put you in a separate cell, and you're going on your bread that kind of thing, right?
Right.
So you would have you would go in there and do your thing, right? But it is an old tad prison. A1B1, which is called the swamp,
Yeah.
right? Back in my day, 30 years ago, when I was a prison officer, it was really deplorable. Really deplorable. As you done wash down that corridor, water, like it was a seeping kind of thing at the bottom, where water just come up on the concrete there.
Yeah.
And it was real bad back in the day. He used to call it the swamp. Because as you clean it and it dry, it wet again.
It wet again. Right.
You know, and then prisoners now are so cramped in cells that it have like about 13 men in a cell, or 11 men in a cell, or 9 men in a cell. They don't keep even numbers in a cell.
Right.
Right? That's a psychological thing again, right? But generally, it provides you. It's so cramped in there that having extra stuff is straight in the corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So even if you have an egg and you peel it, shell go in the corridor. If you have extra water, you might have water and you have your pail. You had the pail that you had to go and uncover to go and defecate and do what you had to do in it, right? And that stays in his cell until next morning.
Until next morning, yeah.
I think we still slopping pail in 2026.
Madness.
We still slopping pail, which means the weakest man in the cell does have to take out the pail and go down by the reservoir and throw it inside of there. So we still slopping pail in 2026. There is no toilet in a cell in Tong, right? So you're using buckets.
Yeah, bucket. It's bucket I had seen long before
In
Swappy.
2026.
Long before Swappy sing it.
We are slopping pail
But
in the prison, but 11 people in a cell.
right, but my thing is this, eh? These fellas was there for 10 years.
Well,
So they didn't notice that in the 10 years that they were there.
well,
Because
they did.
I cannot recall in that 10-year period between 2015 and 2025 where they made any sort of move
Agitation of any kind.
or any kind to fix that system. They were quite contented because black people and Indian, well, black people, Indian and African then,
Right.
is who make up the prison population, right?
Majority. of
The vast
population.
majority,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Two white boys and Chinese, but that's small.
but that's small thing. So now we are two prominent people, and all of a sudden you're noticing things now, right?
But they wouldn't
So-
be put. As I said, they
I
would not
understand.
be put.
No, I understand
in
that.
a
You know,
normal
I'm
cell,
just saying.
Yeah.
The man made he made an observation at two police stations. We're talking about two police cells here. We need
police
which
cells,
is police station, is Woodbrook police station,
Right.
and Kayanaj police station.
Right. So they will be sitting on a bench in the back most likely.
Right? I could read you what he noticed. Right? My point is, they didn't upgrade or renovate police stations in that 10 years.
No.
They didn't do no upgrades and no renovations of police. You sure, boy?
Not that I know.
When Gary Griffith was there as commissioner of police, they didn't upgrade anything to some police stations.
I can't remember.
You can't remember.
Can't
But
remember.
my point is this, and we can talk about it maybe at some point during the course of the morning. I know we have a guest coming in this morning as well. It is time. Now, this administration, when they came in, what they said they were going to do is decommission the Frederick Street prison, which I think, have they done that already?
You know?
They haven't decommissioned that prison yet?
But in tongue?
Yeah.
No.
All right. But
They're
it,
still working us now.
right. But they said they were going to
They will
decommission
decommission
that,
it, yeah.
and then they're going to build a state-of-the-art maximum security prison.
Where?
I don't know where, but that is what they said.
I didn't hear that.
Now, I welcome that idea because I have spoken about these prison conditions for years. You cannot expect rehabilitation or reform of any kind if you have men living under those in conditions like that, right? The remand section of the Frederick Street prison, you are not guilty or innocent yet. You are waiting trial, and to have people staying in those conditions is inhumane. I will agree with all of that. But you see, I talking that for years. I'd rather wait till prominent people get held and then notice it, because I was down there treating there for cockroach and rats, and that's how I know it's like a dungeon.
Right.
And I remember saying that over the last 12 years, all them little troubled schools, with all them little youth men and them that get in trouble, and girls, carry them on a tour. Let them see what it like. Because I remember I always hear about jail. But until I saw it, it was a totally different thing for me mentally.
I wouldn't wish.
Right?
I wouldn't wish the jail in tongue on my dog.
I'm telling you.
That's how bad it is.
Why wouldn't you wish? I wouldn't.
And it upgraded, eh?
My brother, a dog, if I was a cockroach, I don't want to go there. I'm telling you. But I'll get all up. Be on you. We are the 10 o'clock news.
It are F4, it are C1, it are all the different cells for condemn, and then they have remand. And remand alone says it all in terms of how you're supposed to be accommodated. You're not supposed to be no 5-star, but at least it's supposed to be habitable for the average human. You know,
Correct.
and
Correct.
Dong and tongue, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. But
It's looking good.
We'll get into that. We'll take some calls and things like that. But we're going to open the phone line. The Naughty Corner is coming up next. But taking your news right now.
Good morning. I'm Mary Therese Bernard with the latest headlines to the hour. Results for the 2020.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Bruh, I have a bone to pick with you, eh? You still supporting that side, girl?
Obviously, till the day I die.
But you really think they could win our title again?
You do know we are the defending champions. We have a player that's going to have a fairy tale ending. You do know that we come with a lot of experience and a whole bunch of youngsters.
Yeah, but sentiments don't win your World Cups.
You know what? I'm not having this with you right now. I'll see you on the final VAR.
Catch all the action on the final VAR right here on TTT and TTT Live Online from 8:30 p.m. starting Thursday, 11 June 2026.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
On Talk City 91.1 FM.
All right, people. It's that time of the day. I know it's a wet day, and the whip does sting even more when it's wet. Yes. You ever get beat with a wet belt? X?
You
ever get beat with a wet belt?
Yeah,
Or
I get
wet?
beat with a belt. That's
Oh boy, when it wet, it'll sting, you know.
When it's
It'll
soaking
sting
pee.
more, boy. It is. Gosh! Ah! Gosh!
You ever get a leather strap with soaking pee?
Oh God! What?
A leather strap soaking pee.
No! Who do that to you?
Boy, that is what it was, boy. That's
You
what it was,
serious?
boy.
A leather strap
Yeah.
soaked in urine?
Yep.
And you get licks with that?
Yeah. It is what it is.
No, man. No. All right, people, this is the Naughty Corner. So we're going to take some calls and we're going to hear who we have in the Naughty Corner this morning. All is yours. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was the four-time champion in the naughty corner.
The who?
The four-time champion.
The who
The
champion?
German.
Oh, the Germans. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, they cost your money or what?
Yeah. I lost my money.
All right, no problem. No, but I'd put Germany, I'd put the Netherlands, and I'd put Japan in the naughty corner, boy. All it cost me money yesterday, you know. Money, all it costing me. You know how I just make my money? You know how I just work for my money? Eh? I ain't taking that, man.
If you don't care about that.
Gosh,
Don't care about that.
Oh, God, look, Trump. Morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Stefan, good morning.
Welcome.
X.
Morning.
X.
Yeah.
You know aluminum foil paper? Could you go make a tinfoil conspiracy theorist hat and put it on Stefan and give him a couple bellas there for me?
Conspiracy?
What are you talking about? This conspiracy theory about the World Cup being fixed and all this kind of thing. You mad or what?
But how America could have beat Paraguay 4-1? No!
Well, you still...
No! And Paraguay come back and no! I not accepting that lies.
Get him a tinfoil hat. Get him a tinfoil. Make a tinfoil hat for him with the aluminum paper, and then with a tall cone head, right? And give him two bellas in that. And by the way, Senegal, they have a Moko Jumbi playing in Senegal. That tall fella, like a Moko Jumbi boy. You ain't seen any kind of goal them fellas and them scoring from all the way on the outside.
Blood pressure.
I think the dark horse here is Senegal.
All right. The dark horse is Senegal. All right, no problem.
All right, fellas.
Yeah,
Later.
man.
So
Cool.
make the hat and put it on.
No.
Take it in.
I'm not going to buy that nonsense. How America could beat Paraguay 4-1? Come on, all give me a break with that, eh? I want to put in the woman that stabbed up the businessman, boy.
Miguel Reese?
Yes, boy. Gregory Reese, boy.
I'm a boy.
No. What?
I'm a boy.
That your boy?
Yeah, madman.
What?
He in the politics a long time, you know. He get hold for fraud and checks and all kind of mad thing over the years. He that kind of...
So who you want me to beat now?
Who you want to beat? We had to beat him. beat she.
But I was going to beat the woman that stabbed him, but now, you gain me a whole different thing on the man, you know.
Gregory, he's a whole political janjat.
Oh, by the way, let me just clear this up, eh?
Oh.
That is R-E-E-C-E Reese, eh?
Yeah.
Not to be mistaken with R-E-I-S. Alright? God, boy. Oh, God. Nah, man.
Well, he that chop long time, so it was kind of inevitable.
Oh, good Lord. Constable. It have a constable here that was held for kidnapping and sex offenses. Police arrested a suspended police constable in connection with allegations of kidnapping and sexual offenses against a 20-year-old victim.
Yep.
According to the TTPS, the 39-year-old man forcibly removed the victim from a vehicle while identifying himself as a police officer and displaying a TTPS ID badge on June the 3rd. The victim told police she was taken to an unknown location and sexually assaulted. Wicked, thirsty police.
Well, I also saw one with a 18 and a 20-year-old in a car. No, a 15 or 16-year-old girl with a 18-year-old boy.
We come into that.
In a car.
We go jam that. Morning.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
I want to put the former PM on the Naughty Corner for not coming out as a geologist, a trained in his profession.
Where do you
quit? Because in his opinion, and what happened on his show.
No.
A
long time.
I told the light bill that nobody requested. So put me on the Naughty Corner. Like a media press release on the opposition of the media opposition to that. Thank you.
Yeah, I was really wondering that, you know. I said, well, wait, the man now have opportunity to be a geologist. The man ain't say nothing. Morning.
Hello, morning.
Yeah, we had Naughty Corner this morning,
So
man.
1972 is his certificate.
Stefan, I want to put you in Naughty Corner for disrespecting Brazil.
I'm going to take 3 for that. No problem. No problem.
And the next one too, Faris. So when you was Attorney General, you didn't know it had cockroach, rats, and centipede?
Nah, you didn't know that.
Well, I feel that way you win them case for.
Alright, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Faris. Disrespecting Brazil. Brazil going home. Morning.
Yeah, it's in 1972 the man certificate.
As a geologist?
Yes, in 1972.
Well, let them send him down Cedros, man. Let him figure that out. Morning.
Morning, I agree. I do like to put the police under the bus.
Yeah.
We blaming the criminals. We blaming the gang men. But this 2 and 3% detection rate, get the police for man.
Yes! Let them hold that.
Well, they say there evidence.
Hold on to that. Morning.
Yeah, I want to give Paris all the licks.
Uh-huh.
That people suffering and you don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know that. They should give him some. They should serve him a cup of cocoa tea in there. You understand? Let him see how watery the cocoa tea does come. You understand? Well, that depends on what kind of cocoa tea. Anyway, morning.
Morning. I agree with the young lady, man. Hit the former few for me.
Yes.
Like he studied the different kind of rock. Wrong up here, stadium.
Yes. Let him take that. The man is saying nothing, you know. Big earthquake. And you know he loved in Venezuela by Delcy.
Yeah.
And he ain't come out and say nothing. He ain't call Delcy and say he ain't come in the news and say, listen, this earthquake thing. This movement of the what is going on?
Big painting and them and always hear the parrot in the background.
Uh-huh.
You never hear the parrot in the background?
Well, I hear it have a parrot and
every time he doing that, well, about 2 or 3 times, he did live from in his house.
Uh-huh.
And you just hear the parrot in the background.
That is the parrot by the red coach?
Yes,
oh,
yes.
Morning. No, man. Morning.
Morning, Stephan and X.
Yeah, morning.
21 for GG. For saying that miscreants in the PNM wanted to lock up Kamala, but he ain't called the name. So 21
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he does always say that. They wanted me to lock up this one. Call name now. Call name now, man. Let me get the bacchanal started. Yeah, but that is the parrot by the red coach, and you?
Yeah, actually, that's always said, go back and listen to all his lives.
Uh-huh.
And about in 1 or 2, two of them I heard. I heard the parrot in the background.
Uh-huh.
While he was sitting with the big painting behind him.
Right.
Right. You hear the parrot downstairs or wherever it is.
Paintings and his parrots. Boy.
Yeah, you hear the parrot.
Yes.
Yes.
But that red coach must be pink by now. You ain't wear that out yet?
No.
They sure, boy?
No,
all right. If I say
no.
so. Also in the naughty corner, a man has been convicted of buggering a boy aged 15. He kept the victim for 2 months.
Oh, God.
And forced him to do chores.
Okay.
What? Hold on.
Well, started this story.
Hold on. There's no laughing matter. Oh gosh, a Lavanti man is facing prison time after being convicted on Friday for the repeated buggery of a 15-year-old boy whom he lured away from a downtown fast food restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
The judiciary gonna get it now. This happened 11 years ago.
God. Of course.
11 years ago?
Yeah.
So the boy's 26 now?
Yes.
Hold on.
Time longer than twine.
Nigel Gordon Phillip, a gypsum, mudman, and laborer, was found guilty by a jury following a trial before Justice Sandini Singh. The jury deliberated for about 1 hour before returning the unanimous guilty verdict. The state's case, all right, we don't go into that. Right, according to the prosecution, the 15-year-old victim had left his home following an argument with his grandmother and went to a fast food restaurant in downtown Port of Spain with his friends. As the evening progressed, the boy's friends left him at the restaurant to return home. But what kind of friends you have, boy? Friends that's really carry and don't bring you back here, boy?
Well,
anyway, Philip, who was 37 years old at the time and a stranger to the teenager, listen to the story, approached the boy inside the restaurant. After striking up a conversation and learning about the youth's domestic troubles, boy, this man is a You go and get licks right through the story, you know. Right. So he learned about the youth's troubles. Right. Approached by the boy, a conversation on learning about the youth's domestic troubles. Philip invited him to a wooden house. Oh God, there's a wooden house. That he owned in Valencia.
Right, a chattel house.
In Valencia. The boy accepted the invitation.
Well, he looking to get groomed.
When they arrived at the Valencia residence, Philip instructed the teenager to lie down on a couch. The prosecution revealed that Philip sat next to the boy and told him that he liked him. This story getting weirder and weirder. When the boy questioned what he meant and stated that he had a girlfriend and was not on that kind of thing, Philip persisted. Despite the victim repeatedly telling Philip to stop and trying to push his hands away, Philip overpowered the teenager, stripped him of his clothes, promised him anything he wanted. And buggered him.
Well, there's also a story with...
Wait! It's a done yet.
More?
The court heard that the boy's grandmother had reported him missing to police when he failed to return home on March 4th. However...
No, they like it, boy.
However, Philip kept the teenager trapped in the wooden house for about 2 months.
Right.
During that period...
So we girl was...
I know the girlfriend wasn't looking for him at all.
Girlfriend.
During that period, Philip repeatedly bugged the boy and forced him to perform domestic chores.
Right.
What?
So you like it?
Including cleaning the house and washing clothes.
They say try it, you might like it.
The victim managed to escape from the house in May 2015. After his escape, the teenager led police officers back to the property and pointed out the house where the assaults had occurred. A police investigation eventually led to Philip's arrest. And during the trial, when presented with the option to take the witness stand and face cross-examination by the prosecutors, Philip elected to exercise his legal right to remain silent. Oh, you want to remain silent?
Yes.
Following the delivery of the verdict, Justice Singh remanded Philip into custody, and the matter has been adjourned to July 17 when the judge is expected to hand down the sentence. How many years you feel they should get that man?
I wonder.
How much years?
Oh. For the length of time?
Nasty, man.
I gave him 15 years.
Nasty, man.
Yeah.
Imagine that. And let me tell you something.
No, the man groomed the youth man get to like it.
Nah, I wouldn't say you get to like it, X. Nah.
So how you hanging out? How you hanging out clothes?
Nah, X.
How you hanging out clothes?
No!
How you going outside to wash sneakers and all them kind of thing? How you doing them things?
Yes, but he couldn't escape. He living in fear.
What fear? What fear what? What fear what?
No, it had to be fear. Come on, the man, X.
You're claiming that there's a new experience. So you could say you had a girl and you're not into that. So the man bugger you once. The first opportunity I get to get away, I get it away. I wouldn't. If I like it, I would stay.
But hold on. To start with, I'd get the 15-year-old boy something too, you know. You get away with your grandmother. No, he had to get too. He is not to be spared here.
Right.
You now meet a man for the first time.
Right. And the man
tell you come home with him.
Right.
And you went?
But this was saying.
Look, man.
It's either you like it because you had ample opportunity to not go. You had ample opportunity to leave. So don't tell me about you lock you up in no house and don't do that now, man.
And let me tell you something.
Because you're doing chores, so that means you have to go outside. And when you're doing chores, you can afford to run away. So it's me like it.
On top of that, something wrong in the story, you know. Because on top of that, they said the youth man, when he ran away from the grandmother house, he went to a fast food restaurant in downtown Port of Spain.
Right.
So I have to presume he's from Port of Spain.
Right.
Right? The man himself that did the buggering is from Laventille.
Right.
So they
okay.
had to be both from Port of Spain area, right?
Mm-hmm.
That man carry you quite of Valencia.
Well, they want to say. But you
And you went.
Yeah. How many man said I make advances to you? You tell them no? No.
No, but he's 15, he don't know.
He don't know what? Where you don't know?
He don't know.
Where you don't know? You don't know whether an inappropriate touch? That what you trying to tell me?
Yeah, well, he must know. Well, yeah.
You must know whether appropriate touch. You must know that. You must know that a man,
I'm sure you know.
a man and a man don't correspond. So you must know whether an inappropriate touch. Come now, man.
Yeah, but he forced resisted.
And you're doing chores outside, so you had chance to run away. So which means you like it.
Well, yeah, he was washing clothes.
Well,
he was washing clothes.
You wash clothes in 1 minute? It wash clothes over several hours.
But he was probably washing the clothes when the man was wrong. But I mean, the man ain't gonna have the eye on him like a prison officer watching him right through.
Well, this is my point.
He could have that.
So which means you like it. Because you're going in the man house in Port of Spain to Valencia.
I wouldn't say the man like it.
We all say.
Let's take this final call, you know. I wouldn't say the man. I wouldn't say the man
We all
like
say.
it,
What do you say?
Morning. We go find out. We go take some calls
yeah,
on that.
Yeah, morning, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Like I see the law association finally get some BALL law association.
Yeah, but I'm glad
but like
they say...
when it comes to Paris, so there's law set, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get some BALL. They get a ball. They ain't get no balls yet. They ain't not two yet. Morning, who's in the naughty corner?
You're the one in drop down yet.
Me.
Uh-huh.
What about poor man, right?
I just became grand.
Here for me now,
I need to volunteer and have me washing clothes and inappropriately touching me. Give me some with.
You understand? This is what has happened when you don't want to listen to your parents. You vex because your grandmother, you follow to your grandmother, boy. Notice he didn't say mother or father. Notice up to now we hear nothing about his mother or his father.
No, do that.
So you have to be living with the grandmother and growing up with the grandmother. Come back to the same thing we was talking about.
Look with the youth, 15 years, found jamming in a car with a mechanic who is 18 years.
Where is that?
That is a big story.
Where you see that story, boy?
I see that story about 2 or 3 days ago. So I asked in the thread, what about the Romeo clause? And I guess that would come out in the investigation. As to how old they are, whatever. If a 15-year-old jamming with an 18-year-old, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
You don't see nothing wrong with that?
In this day and age?
No,
I don't see. I don't see nothing wrong with that. It is what it is.
But I too male.
No.
Man and woman.
Girl jamming with she man, which is a mechanic.
Oh, it's two. Oh,
and not a rape thing. It's just
at
two of them
15,
jamming.
Where you get a man from?
Well, we just say that, but that is not the reality.
I will beat the man out there.
No, it's a serious thing.
You's 15, you a man, and jamming in a car?
Yeah, they go and buy some school, so park up some outside some school, and the security guard park up.
Outside the school too?
Yeah, in a Tida. In a
wet man?
Yeah, in a wet man.
Gosh, as a mechanic at least, oh gosh.
I was trying to understand, well, why that make news. But 15 years is kind of young.
Is that 15-year-old and 18 years? Size young man, ex-man.
Yeah, but you have a Romeo clause too that we exercise by the courts. It is when you're between 2 and 4 years, I think. You're sort of acceptable.
Although one is 18 and the next one is a minor?
Yeah.
One is adult and a minor?
Yeah. Well, he's 18.
You're sure that's not for like
she's 15.
A 16 and a 14-year-old?
Well, it could be. It could be
or
two.
A 17 and a 13-year-old or something. So if you're saying 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, but none of them is adults either to make any decision. So
no, but I'm talking about the clause.
So, when the clause,
all the whole strain. Oh God, the phone line going crazy. All right, hold up. We had to stop the naughty corner because we only 2 minutes to the play withdraw.
Right.
All right. And with all this talk going on, don't be surprised if 32 play. It's like Lolo or something, so right?
Yeah.
Right. All the whole strain. Back up, people. We go come back.
Too much calls.
We go take phone call all the way to the end of the program if we could. All right, I know we have one interview this morning. That is the Adocrat.
Yeah, we have Kyle. We just run through some things with Kyle.
With Kyle as well. So we go deal with all that into the hour. But when we come back from the play withdraw, we will address all your phone calls. We go deal with this here.
Yeah.
Because no, but that 15-year-old boy sold there. Something wrong. Something wrong in that story. I still feeling like something wrong in the story, boy, ex-boy.
So you missing people and parts?
Yes, because you can't tell me you fall out with your grandmother, you're from town. You're going in a restaurant in town with your friends. Your friends leave you there. So you was doing it by yourself. You was 15. You had no blasted money to start with. You had no blasted money to be sitting down in a restaurant by yourself.
It is what it is.
Well, you just sit down in the restaurant, what, drunk in your sorrows? Yeah. Holding your grandmother in mind? Yeah. And then this big man show up and say, hello, how are you? And you just sit down there and start to talk to this man? And then the man take you quite up Valencia and put you on a couch to sit down in a conversation with you? Something wrong there, man. Something wrong there. Something had to be wrong. I'm starting to believe what X telling me there, you know. I'm starting to believe X, you know. I'm starting to believe him a little bit, you know. Maybe. But you can't tell me you're 15 years old, Dread. You're 15. What it is you doing going with a man up quite up Valencia? That's a good pull, you know. Look now, man. Hey, Lord. And between that and the 15-year-old girl and the 18-year-old mechanic, oh, God, I can't take it. Oh, gosh, pressure. Anyway, the play withdraw is here to give us a little breather from the madness. But when we come back after the play withdraw, we're going to open the phone line, take your calls, right? And we could hear what your thoughts are on this whole situation with the buggering of the 15-year-old boy. And, of course, the mechanic and the teenage girl and the age difference and that kind of thing, right? We will come back to all of that when we come back from the playway, which is coming up now. Good luck, people. Good luck. Gosh, but this place is depressing sometimes, you know, and confusing at the same time. Here comes the playway.
And presided over by the National Lotteries Control Board. Good luck, everyone.
Good morning.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Bruh, you know, I have a bone to pick with you. You still supporting that side, girl?
Obviously, till the day I die.
But you really think they could win our title again?
You do know we are the defending champions. We have a player that's going to have a fairy tale ending. You do know that we come with a lot of experience and a whole bunch of youngsters.
Yeah, but sentiments don't win your World Cups.
You know what? I'm not having this with you right now. I'll see you on the final VAR.
Catch all the action on the final VAR right here on TTT and TTT Live Online from 8:30 p.m. starting Thursday, 11 June 2026.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Bruh, I have a bone to pick with you. You still supporting that side, girl?
Obviously, till the day I die.
But you really think they could win our title again?
You do know we are the defending champions. We have a player that's going to have a fairy tale ending. You do know that we come with a lot of experience and a whole bunch of youngsters.
Yeah, but sentiments don't win your World Cups.
You know what? I'm not having this with you right now. I'll see you on the final VAR.
Catch all the action on the final VAR right here on TTT and TTT Live Online from 8:30 p.m. starting Thursday, 11 June 2026.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Ramala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Bruh, I have a bone to pick with you. You still supporting that side, girl?
Obviously, till the day I die.
But you really think they could win our title again?
You do know we are the defending champions. We have a player that's going to have a fairy tale ending. You do know that we come with a lot of experience and a whole bunch of youngsters.
Yeah, but sentiments don't win your World Cups.
You know what? I'm not having this with you right now. I'll see you on the final bar.
Catch all the action on the Final VAR right here on TTT and TTT Live online from 8:30 p.m. starting Thursday, 11 June 2026.
All right, people. So we are back, and like I said, we're gonna go to the phone lines. We were talking about this 15-year-old boy, this guy that got convicted, this little 15-year-old boy that fall out with his grandmother. You know what I mean? Ended up in a restaurant.
Getting way 15. No pun intended.
Morning.
Morning, Stephan, and morning, Mr. X.
Yeah, man.
Morning.
That young boy like we get, right? But on the other hand, the consensual age for sex is 18 years, not 15.
All right?
You understand that the law of the land. You understand?
Yeah, we know that. What is the significance of that?
But I'm saying the consensual age for sex is 18 years.
Right.
So they have a right to arrest the young boy.
All right.
What say you?
I don't think so. I think there's a thin line to walk. A very thin line to walk.
No, but the
there's a clause
that in this country is on the law book is 18 years.
Yes, but there's a Romeo clause. Go and research what that means. All right?
Okay, then. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Cool. All right, the Romeo clause. I can get that, that's not a problem. 6224911. Romeo clause. I'll tell you what the Romeo clause is here. Yeah, we could Google everything now, Bad like that, everything, Yeah, All right. So I'm going to tell you what it says here. As of May 18th, in 2015, the age of consent for sexual intercourse in Trinidad and Tobago is now 18. The Children's Act of 2012 was proclaimed on May 18th, and in this legislation, the definition of child is now a person under the age of 18 years prior to May 18th. A child was defined as persons under the age of 16 years, and the Sexual Offences Act listed various offences for engaging in activities with persons under 16. However, with the passing of the new legislation, certain sections of the Sexual Offences Act have been repealed, broadening the perimeters under which persons can be charged. Let me see. I'm trying to get to the part with the Romeo clause here, Oh, I see that there. Google there and ting. A whole article come up here. And it was under Romeo clause. So I'm trying to see if I could find the clause here. But 6224911. Let me see if I could find the clause. Or we could call Kyle.
Yeah, we could call Kyle and find out.
Let me call him and find out. Let's see, imprisonment for life. A person sexually penetrates a child, commits an offense and is liable on conviction, on indictment to imprisonment for life. Sexual touching. The act also goes on to explain sexual touching and that it is an offense to touch sexually any child under the age of 16. Romeo clause
laws that those that must be a consensual, free of manipulation or coercion or anything like rape or anything that is totally out of the question. But there's a minimum age, typically between the ages of 14 to 17 years, and there's a defined gap limit, typically 2 to 4 years. So I am saying that. Why is that making news per se?
Yeah, but the man is 18. He's not 17.
But 2 to 4 years is between 2 and 4 years, and in a consensual relationship. It's not rape. You cannot
be in a consensual relationship if he's 18 and she's 15.
No, man. No. They can allow that.
No, he had to wait.
18.
He had to wait till he's 21 and she's 18.
Oh God. No.
Hold on at 3 years, pal.
I don't see it so. I see you can get that.
No, we know in the reality of this. We know in the reality of life.
Yeah.
That 3 years It's 3 years.
It's 2 to 4 years. 2 to 4 years, right? 17, 15, 16, 17, 18. 3 years, right? You could allow that. Why not make news and
because it's an adult and a minor.
Nah. He no adult. He no 18, man. You could allow that. Did you want to make news for that?
Yes, but you would have, all right, if you have a 15-year-old daughter, you would have a date of 18-year-old.
No,
right?
no.
Well, right.
But that's not the point. That's not the point.
Why you wouldn't let your 15-year-old daughter date a 18-year-old?
What my daughter doing jamming in the backseat of a car with that?
Well, that okay, jamming in the backseat of a car is one thing.
Man.
At 15. I'm just saying.
That
you said a consensual relationship. And I'm saying to you, you have a 15-year-old daughter. Are you going to have her in a consensual relationship with an 18-year-old man?
I would never put in the situation, so I can't answer that.
And he's a mechanic.
It have families that will allow that to happen because of circumstances, all sorts of different things. It is what it is.
But I'm asking, would you allow your 15-year-old daughter?
No.
Right, but why?
Why? Because it's not right.
Why is it not right?
Well, what he working at?
Because he's an adult.
No,
Say it.
No, he's not an adult. He's not an adult.
Because he's a big man and she's a little girl.
He's now 18 years of age. You're at 18, you don't make mistakes.
But I'm not asking you to say because you're working.
At 18,
he working mean that you're accepting the fact that he's an adult.
At 18, you doesn't make mistakes. You didn't make mistakes.
At 18?
At 18 years of age.
No, I didn't make that kind of mistake. I wasn't jamming with a 15-year-old in the backseat of a car. Neither was I a mechanic.
Well, let me
I don't know.
Let me call the lawyer, nevertheless. Let me find out the other things that we need to find out, please. 19 number.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying.
No, I wouldn't. I would kind of get them a slap on the wrist. I would kind of get them a slap on the wrist and I'll caution and move on. But if the man is 24 or 25 or 30 even, and jamming with a 15-year-old, I know that's something different.
All them people who's trying to call just now, will let her hold on now, because I get only enough opportunity to call back in and to get all the thoughts on it. So we calling the lawyer now. Let me call the lawyer and see what he's saying here. Alright, hold some strain. All right, we're trying back in a little bit. Yeah. We are 14 minutes away from the hour 11 o'clock. Like I said, the phone line is open. 622-4911. 622-4911. We want to get your thoughts on this. And, of course, the 15-year-old boy that ended up in Valencia. You can't tell me no X.
No, that is something to be worried about.
No, I tried.
Not 15 or 18-year-old jamming in a car.
At first, I didn't want to believe that he liked that.
At first?
At first.
You wicked all.
Right?
You ain't all that story.
But when I sit down and I think about it, right? You can't tell me you went to a restaurant with your friends and your friends even in the restaurant alone.
Right. And the man take you up and carry you quite up.
A man come and talk to you who you do not know from Adam.
Carry
you quite up Valencia.
We ain't carrying it to do. Look beyond sugar.
And you washing clothes and cleaning house, the man?
He like
Morning.
Vice. He like Vice.
Good day. I am 77 going on 78.
All right.
I did my thing when I was 15, and I got married at 23, and I'm alive and kicking still. Bye.
All right, no problem. I
could do it at 78 too.
All right.
Pressure.
Boom, boom, boom.
Whoa.
Boom, boom, boom.
Morning. Yes, yes, morning. What's that?
It's a 15-year-old wife.
Behind noise in the background. We're not hearing you clearly. We're hearing noise in the background.
You know?
Yeah.
The 15-year-old wife said, and he can't read and write.
What?
And we not understand. We're not hearing you clear, brother. We're not hearing you clear. I cut you off. We ain't hearing you clear. We ain't hearing you clear. That's all on this torture. All right, 622. I am saying, I didn't think it at first, boy X, but when I studied it.
No, you have to like that. You have to like that.
Because it's true, you know.
You have to like that.
If you're washing clothes, you have to hang out the clothes, you go
well,
in the yard.
At least for the first couple hours after, your first inclination will either be to run away or to get away from your capture or whatever. But you stay there and start to wash wares, start to clean sneakers, start to wash clothes, which means
one man started to do all kind of chores,
which
boy.
means you get captured. You love it. It is what it is.
You man make him a woman, you know.
Yes, and make him make tea in the morning. Well, let's study that 15-year-old and 18-year-old jamming. Come now, man. Let me get serious now, man.
Let the 15-year-old go, but she belly big now.
No, well, it has happened every day. It happened. It have parents allowing them thing.
Well,
children coming to home with a boyfriend and.
What age you think children having sex at these days?
15 and 14. We talking about that happen every day.
All right.
Every day that happen. That is nothing new.
Yeah, because we used to
children getting pregnant. Young girls getting pregnant at 15 and 14.
We was,
almost every day that happen.
That's around the age we was mischievous too.
For all know, so a man might be soaking in somebody.
Oh God! Morning. Lord,
it is what it is.
I was trying to say that what happened to 15-year-old have some issues, but he having sense to follow with his grandmother go down the road. But he have a sense that he then ends up with to run away. It makes sense.
All right, I ain't hearing you clearly, but I think he's saying make it make sense. Or something to that effect in terms of that situation there with the 15-year-old. Yeah, but that man is 26 now, you know. He's 26 years old now, you know. Remember, this was 11 years ago, you know. That's the next thing, you know, with this justice system, boy. You take so long for a matter like that to be resolved. What it was taking so long with? When you listen to the matter then, you was 15. A big man come and talk you and lure you away to Valencia. So that the only time I just go that far is to go on a holiday, you know. That is not a normal drive that people just make. Well, let me go to Valencia. On top of that is a wooden house. It's a wooden house. On top of that is a wooden house. You understand what I'm telling you? So you telling me you couldn't escape from a wooden house?
The boy love it. Talk done.
It must have a window you can open and climb through.
Well, yes. You can do all of that and get away, and you're not interested in that. You just like the vibes. You get away from granny home, so you get another home. A wooden house.
Young boys just
a
get
wooden house.
No, but they're grooming them, boy.
Well, it is what it is.
Morning.
Are you gonna like that? Are you gonna put it?
That look like that song like a grooming, you know.
Yeah,
morning.
Good day.
Yeah, man.
Morning. Mainline, I just laugh at things, but I can't laugh at this one because that case is something called carnal knowledge. Now, we don't know what the big man tell this little boy, this big stink man. We don't know what he tell this young boy. This young boy might be frustrated. He must be gullible. Right? He might say, boy, you go, where's you? You play thing, you never tell. Youth man might say, boy, let me just go like this. All right. If I see brethren tell that, he look like how we are frustrated, you're up to anything. So the big man might come and talk to him, sound like a friend, and then lure him.
Yeah, but
kind of knowledge.
Yeah, but call her.
No.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
all right.
Make your point.
No. He up there, it can have an element of fear. Watch me, we're not too sure. So I tell you personally, I know a little vexed, but if the family and even the youth man or somebody here only talking about this case, so you know how upset them could be. But no, I don't think they must really care too much.
No.
But
It's in that. Hold on.
It's something good.
Hold on. Yeah, but hold on. We're not getting kicked off it, you know. We are saying, we're trying to establish in the whole situation, right? We're trying to figure out in a whole situation like this. You run away from your grandmother's house. You're going to a restaurant with your friends. Your friends supposedly left you there. This man come out of nowhere who you don't know from Adam or Eve. Had a conversation with you. And then was able to encourage you and convince you to go up Valencia. At which point in time he put you to sit down on a couch. And then started to touch you. You say you don't like that.
You have a girl. You have a girl.
You say you have a girlfriend. The man overpower you. This is story, you know. The man overpower you. And of course, he buggered you while telling you, relax yourself, I go give you what you want or whatever. And then kept you there. It's how much? 2 months?
Yeah.
For 2 months. For 2 months you up in this house washing clothes and wares and them kind of thing, right? Until you eventually, what you do? You run away?
No, what is it? What
you run away and you went to the police?
Human trafficking too, kind of way.
Well, hold on. But here was the thing. Here why waiting for somebody to identify. You understand? All of the study how we just say thing, you know, and how we just structure it. But you know, nobody in calling and identify the whole failure of the boy family structure.
No, but yes. But
so where?
Already.
Hold on. I mentioned up to now in the article, I read the whole article. You ain't hear nothing about mother. You ain't hear nothing about father. So you live with the grandmother. Right?
No, what make it worse? What make it the kind of mindset this youth man had? This youth man must have low self-esteem. He must have no kind of...
Could I be all of that?
You know? What?
Could I be all of that? Could I be going through your own mental situation?
Yeah, that's what I tell you. So you might thinking this big man is a good friend, you know, and the big man fail him now. Where we go say, if he didn't like it, he wouldn't report it. You know, somebody might, I know somebody with the defense that he go say, like,
true, eh?
he must even get what he want. The man might probably sell sneakers at Jordan, so I just want to reference it. And something he might didn't get what he want, that's why he report it. Because the man say, go on to say, where say the man say you get anything you want. So that's when he asks anything you want, the man say, boy, I can't do that, whatever. But you know the thing with these things? Lord forbid, the man didn't unalive him, because you know that way this come to after when you realize.
Is unalive you just said it?
Well, kill him then.
Oh God, well yeah, say that man, this unalive thing TikTok people
God,
say.
Yeah,
but the next thing too, my brother. The next thing too. There's something at 15, right?
yeah.
15.
Yeah.
So at 15 years old, your mind's still developing and you're still maturing and you're still...
Of course, I remember myself at 15.
So you could imagine what a man would have do with a 10-year-old? Or a 9-year-old? Or 11-year-old? Or 8-year-old?
Well, exactly.
A younger child that he would have prey on? Because if he could have enticed a 15-year-old so easily. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
You really have to tell your children.
I want to go before, but I'll say one more thing quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that incident, I've been doing all the homework, boy. I'm sorry to say. But anyhow,
we had to talk about
thing with that thing with 18-year-old. I remember.
Yeah.
When the first time I lost my virginity, I was 18 and the girl was 16. So, I mean, I was an adult, I know this thing, but the other day, I don't find I know no big story.
That you was all right. You was
a big stinking man. Them is teenagers.
Hold on.
My girls think, let's be honest, when we from 3 or from 4,
yes,
we from 2 or from 3 girls we dated.
Right.
But
what I want to ask you, when you was dating the 16-year-old at 18,
I was never dating she.
You was never dating she.
It was a neighbor.
All right.
I just take a little thing.
All
right.
This is what it is.
All right. So mommy and daddy know nothing about you in the play that you're dating the daughter and nothing like that.
No.
You jump a wall and went through a window.
I know.
That's when neighbor used to come by me. I know
girls jamming through a fence.
Oh, the neighbor used to come by you.
I know a girl. Hey.
She get big now, boy. I know after 2 conversations, she started getting girl bums and started sexy now.
It have girls I know jamming through a fence. Man taking turns on a fence.
All right, later.
Yeah, take it easy.
It have 15-year-old jamming through a fence.
God.
So what you talking about? There's nothing new in it. This is reality.
But listen, all of we jump all and went through window already.
You ever jam a girl through a fence?
I leave my shirt in a man's hand already.
You ever jam a girl through a fence?
Good morning.
Through a fence.
Oh God, now I real thirsty man thing. I never do that. Morning.
This is why Stephan and X. This is why I keep levying for the state has bring out a law for children under the ages of 16 should not be outside after 6 o'clock.
Oh God, now you can't do that.
In 2026?
An adult.
In 2026? This when you're talking about in 2026?
You can't bring out a law
Or
to
this
stop
was in
16-year-olds.
1998 or something?
You can't bring out a law to stop 16-year-olds from coming out of the house after 6 p.m. Come now, man.
We don't read this the real world we live in.
Gosh. Oh gosh, come now, man.
They're not fairy tale time.
Better you build a prison, put them in and put a lock on it. Listen, we go make my point before 11 o'clock news. Morning.
Oh God.
Good morning.
We gonna make the point.
Oh
yeah, you have yeah.
Morning. Will she remain solely for children?
If what?
I'm wondering after 11 years with that torment and all that, will she remain solely for children?
After 11 years? You're breaking up kinda, you know. I didn't hear you clearly. But anyhow, we have about a minute to the 11 o'clock news. So listen, the point in this is this. It's very simple. As we had this conversation with this 15-year-old boy on how easily he was lured, right? You really had to consistently talk to your children, right? You might feel you're talking to your children. Communication is everything. If at 15 he could be so easily lured to leave Port of Spain and reach Valencia, something is wrong. So we always had to remember that regardless of whatever age your child is, you always have to tell your children and remind them, do not talk to strangers. Do not accept anything from people you do not know. Because we have to be real, you know. It have people who will come and meet your children, offer them something and put something in the drink. It are all kind of thing that is used now, you know. Right? All kind of different drugs and thing, and your child didn't even know what's going on. You understand? Now that wasn't in the story, but I wouldn't doubt if maybe something like that might have occurred in the whole melee, although it's 11 years ago. But you have to consistently talk to your kids. We just sometimes, you know, we just take it for granted. That little piece of advice and conversation we're supposed to be having with your children. But let me tell you something. It have real predators out there, Jed. That story is a perfect example of the type of predators that have out here. And it's people who you're passing on the road every day. It's people who say no in the taxi with you. It's people who you're working with. It's people who living in the neighborhood. And you can't tell them, you can't pinpoint and say that is a predator. You understand? But they're very smooth with it. So you just gotta talk to your children, tell your children, don't mind your child might be 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old. You start to beat that in the brain from small. Do not talk to strangers and do not accept things from persons you do not know. You understand? That is a very serious thing. Now, on the other issue with the 15-year-old girl and the 18-year-old guy, X saying, well, it's only 3 years apart, but is an adult and a minor at the same time.
Statutory.
It's statutory. So I have a problem with that. Now I have a problem with that as an adult, but as a youth man, it's a different thing. It's a different mindset. It's a different way to look at it. You would say, well, boy, it's only 2 years. To be brother who called in there with when he was 18 and he was Germany 16-year-old. I mean, 18 and 16, I mean, it has some 16-year-olds. Women mature faster than men too. So a 16-year-old woman or a 16-year-old girl, sorry. Yeah, I know, we had 11 o'clock news. A 16-year-old girl might look 20, if you understand what I'm saying. But we got 11 o'clock news. We'll come back with the third hour. I think we have a guest this morning. Is the guy here?
On his way from St. Jaime.
He's on his... Okay. No problem.
Traffica.
Okay, no problem. So we have Stanley Augustus with the 11 o'clock news. So take this in and we will be back with the third hour of Off the Record. Don't go anywhere. did say we had a guest coming in. We have a gentleman here who has joined us. His name is Mr. Charles Phillip. He is an autodidact and an ontologist. And apparently, well, we're going to be, for the next 15 minutes, we'll be chatting with him about the miseducation. Just now, let me bring him in. Morning, Mr. Phillip. Is he, what is that you're coming to discuss?
Talking about education, the misconception.
The misconception of education in Trinidad and Tobago. All right, just take the mic and bring it a little closer. Yeah, just pull that mic a little closer to you there. Closer to the edge. Right, lovely. So, the misconception of education in Trinidad and Tobago. All right, so we got 15 minutes. So let me hear where you're coming from with this, because I have my thoughts on the education system, and I'm not too sold on it. When you get bigger and you're to an adult, you just realize all kind of different things in life. So where you want to start with this?
The first thing I would like to point out and highlight is that when you talk about education, it means educare, which means to pull out. I remember previously Dr. Morgan Job was saying that educare means to pull out the latent abilities from naturally within in yourself or within the DNA. But when you look at education means to pull out what originally had. So we could watch at that twofold thing. Now, in Trinidad and Tobago, for approximately since 1956 to 1995, especially when Mr. Pandey came into power, he did something very illustrious. And I'm not talking about politicizing the educational system, just looking at the educational system from how it was taught. Because in fact, in Trinidad and Tobago, the educational system have been taught through what they call just retentive education. So what about the children who are creative? What about the children who are sub-creative? What about the children who have a certain amount of visual learning? What about the children who have kinesthetic learning? What about the children who have auditory learning? So these children have been pushed at the sideline. I remember years ago in Trinidad and Tobago, there was a postulation where they had called post-primary, and they did a lot of what they call recalcitrance. They bring a lot of people into prisons, the madhouse, and also at the roads and vagrancy, because in fact those children could not deal with the aspect of what they call retentive education when they were just creative. It appears just like, for example, Japan, right? And I could be corrected on this. That Japan and Singapore hardly have what you call resources. 60 million people live in Japan. 1.3 people live in Trinidad and Tobago. And yet, Japan has a lot of what they call the export technology. So why is Trinidad and Tobago cannot export technology? So it appears now that we have a prospect and aspect that Trinidad and Tobago is a third world. However, when we look at what causing this is the educational system, and this is my analysis and my critical thinking about this, because when you look at how some children is learning, for example, autistic child have something called, I think, the limbic part of the brain, which the child use called for muscular proportions.
Right.
And when we have people who just could use retentive education, like a child who naturally could fix a radio, or fix a bicycle, or fix a television set. You put that child in the classroom for approximately 5 years in primary school, 3 years in secondary school, 2 years in senior comprehensive school, and you see that child naturally, you have to keep him down, or keep that child in the next process, and the child will not advance. The reason for that is because the child cannot deal with what you call retentive education. That child is creative. So how we'll take that child and put that child through retentive education, and that child will feel. So we have to understand this holistically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I understand where you're going with it. I've always held the opinion that you cannot teach everybody the same thing. They're not going to excel at it. Not everybody will excel if you're teaching them all the same subjects or all the same, the same teachings. Because some people, like you said, are creative, and some are is retentive, or right.
Incentive, yeah.
Then you have youths that, or children that, I always say you should study your passion. Whatever you have a passion for, study it, because it's going to work out better for you because you have an interest in it. You can't teach people things that they do not have an interest in, right? I'm not interested in learning mechanics, so I will never be a mechanic. I don't want to learn about a car. But I know when my car gives in trouble, I go to a mechanic, right? Now, that doesn't mean that it isn't good to dabble in it and just know the basics so that you don't get robbed out here, right?
That's right.
All right. So in terms of the education system and those shortcomings that you just mentioned, what should be the adjustments made to that system, because you're talking about a very broad system here. You're talking about primary, secondary, tertiary. You're talking all different levels of education. You're talking trade. You're talking creative, academic. You're talking many different things. Then you have the other aspect of it, which is not everybody gonna have the normal 8 to 4 job. We have people who are athletes. We have people who are musicians. We have people who have different interests. So how do you shape an education system to suit those needs?
That's a very, very significant question. And one of the things which I have done, I wrote what you call an educational proposal for the government of Trinidad and Tobago. And the educational system which I wrote for the proposal for Trinidad and Tobago is naturally not for schools, but for children from the age of 7 to 9, 9 to 14, 14 to 18, 18 to 25, 25 to 35, and 35, and approximately to 35, because at these present stages in life in people, they have a certain amount of genetic explosion. So I would not let the cat out of the bag in that perspective, what it contains. But what I would say is that naturally, they need to teach the teachers how to recognize these naturally different aspects in children. You have to understand the creative aspect, the sub-creative aspect, the retentive aspect, and also how they learn, because of the fact some teachers need how to teach children how to naturally move to certain degrees, and which is in Trinidad, but that is lacking. So you ask the question how it is we should extract it.
Right.
I have designed an educational program for that, especially, which I will not really divert at this moment of time. Right now, I have it right in front of me here. Right, and what we're looking at is that the teachers themselves have 9 aspects of teaching, and one of those aspects of teaching is coordination, nutrition, participation, inclusion. So there's a way teachers are supposed to reach the children how to naturally absorb it, because of the fact now when we're looking at this aspect of it, we are seeing that how would we export technology to Trinidad and Tobago? How we would export intelligence? And we see in certain countries, in Singapore and Japan does it. So how it is that we are reaching this position for 1956 and 1995. And then when the Bissessa came into power, she naturally furthered it with naturally removing corporal punishment to schools. Some people say that is bad, but I'm saying that is good, because if I go to beat a child to learn, each time you beat a child to learn, you create what we call fear and what we call retardation in the child's psyche, in the child mentality. So we ask ourselves now, how do you advise it? I want to say about this system which you asked, naturally going back to the base of the question, is that the advancement of it is teaching teachers how to teach, which is the 9 principles of teaching, in which I have in the educational proposal, which I propose to the government. Naturally, that is actually for, like, for example, in classes, in panyards, maybe in centers, or in police youth clubs. I would like this program to be installed.
Okay.
Because of the fact now, going to the syllabus and the curriculum of the education in Trinidad and Tobago, what you'll find they wouldn't want to take that shift of thought, because of the fact when somebody doing something over and over and over and over, even though it's wrong or it's right, it becomes law. And this will happen for a period of time.
Well, it becomes your practice. Because you're doing it over and over, so it becomes the norm. Right? So it becomes your way of life. Because you're accustomed doing that.
That's
right. So I understand where you're coming from with that. My thing is, you talk about, is it the nine tenets or something sort of teaching?
Yeah, 9 principles of
9
teaching.
principles of teaching. What are some of those principles?
I'm glad you mentioned it. One of those principles is relevance. Relevance means relevant, according to the Oxford Dictionary, means taking things into consideration. Relevance is the important, necessary expertise and extracting what is needed from the student. The next one is matrition. Must have the goal set to accomplish. In terms of naturally what the person is naturally exhibiting and what the person is teaching. Third one is readiness. Allow children to ask questions and participate in the activities in which we're teaching. The third one is matrition. The maturity level in each student, you have to take it in consideration. And that is very significant, because there are some children, women, right, girls, learn in majority of times, in most of cases, approximately 90% of the cases, they learn faster than boys, because the girls have something called the corpus callosum in their brain, which is 5 times larger than males.
Okay.
So you'll be able to understand this, and this is a scientific fact. So you'll find they learn a little more advanced. So this is why at certain times years ago in Toronto, going through the world, you will see girls was by themselves and boys by themselves for a certain period of time based on the nutrition level. Then we have reinforcements. You have to reinforce whatever you're teaching, you have to reinforce it for the person to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have participation, making sure the child or children participate in what you're learning. And this is what in Toronto was lacking. You just have a dictatorial kind of teaching where you said what it is and the children receive what it is, and then after you make a dictum or pronouncement on what is being taught. So you have no participation. So you'll find out the children or the populace of Toronto is very robotic. They hardly have what they call critical analysis, critical thinking, creative thinking. This is why in Toronto we go from the last person who you had, which is a certain amount of creativity or invention, was a man called Winston Pree, where we talk about with the pan.
Yeah.
The last intellectual I remember we having is Mr. Lloyd Best and a man called Lionel Sukaram, a East Indian man who was very articulate in politics. So they hardly having this. You have a lot of what they call Google and intellectual video, Facebook.
Well, everybody more gone, yeah, because you're living in the digital world now. But Google has become the go-to for information. But I was told something about Google a long time ago. Google ain't always right. When I say it ain't always right, how I could put this? Not everything you see on Google should be taken full 100%, right? But we also have a problem where learning in let me say 20, 30 years ago, learning involved reading a book, right? Now you're not getting that. It's not about reading a book. No, I don't even know if books still selling, right? Long time people used to do up the book, the best-selling book and best-selling this and best-selling that. People were into that. The library was a place that you would go for peace, quiet, and to get into a good read, right? The next thing is people are not consuming long content. So where you know, people want a shorter version of everything, a shorter, quicker version which lacks the in-depth information that would influence you or encourage you to think deeper. If you're not reading deeper into a story, then you cannot become a critical thinker.
So true.
Because you're working with surface information.
Very true.
And you are formulating an opinion based on that small piece of information that you're getting. And that's the world that we're living in right now. I mean, you look at social media. Social media is that's the Bible for a lot of people.
That's so true.
Yeah, when people hear something on social media, they take it for 100% facts and you can't tell them otherwise.
So true.
Right? We also living in the era of fake news.
That's so
which
true.
is, you have to be on your P's and Q's to recognize what is fake and what is real.
So true.
So these are the dynamics of learning. I mean, I'm 49. So the dynamics of learning in the 90s, when I would have been attending school and getting my education, has changed tremendously between that time and now. So I think we have less critical thinkers now. I think people think based on emotion. People allow emotion to think for them.
You're so right, because of the fact, when we look at it, we look at when people naturally say, make, for example, Wikipedia and their way of life, or a certain amount of format of learning, the person give you the illusion, it gives you the illusion of inclusion. So you're thinking when you're not thinking, when you're naturally just articulating and naturally verifying what you're reading. So you have, as you now said, you don't have critical thinking, you don't have critical analysis.
Right.
And when a nation stop thinking, that nation stop being creative. So this is why we see the death of creativity in Toronto be going through the Western Hemisphere.
Right.
If you look at naturally China, and you look at places like North Korea, South Korea, I'm not saying that we welcome technology, right? Because of the fact the eye does be on the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What I does also is read. I've been reading approximately 32 years. And what it does, it creates what they call critical analysis, critical thinking, creative thinking, and analytic thinking. So this is the problem we're having, right? And when we look at it now, we're going to the next phase in which I was talking about with the 9 creative aspect. We have organization. every time a teacher teaches, they're supposed to teach the information in an organized manner. And then we have repetition. Supposed to repeat it over and over for the child who is less fortunate in terms of excelling, of naturally having a proper retentive format in his brain.
Right.
And then we have incorporation. You're supposed to incorporate what you're teaching. And this is naturally the way it's supposed to be taught. Then we have a next aspect of that beside the 9 principles. You have visual learners, you have auditory learners, and you have kinesthetic learners. A kinesthetic learners is one of the learners who learn faster than a retentive learner. And then we have what they call visual learners. So this is the aspect of naturally some of the aspect of education, because it have some people just reflect on the environment and think. When it's not thinking, it's just reflection, what they call thinking. Then it has other people who naturally is a natural thinker.
Yeah.
For example, just speaking to you for just a short moment. I don't know anything, but the fact now, how you think, you could use approximately left hemisphere of your brain. The left hemisphere of your brain is for thinking and reasoning. The right hemisphere of your brain is for creativity. So they will see now the aspect of creativity and the aspect of what we call thinking. And then it have people who could think and reason. That is the person who uses both parts of the brain. Majority of women, they use both parts of the brain. That's why if it is, you have a conversation with your daughter, your wife, your grandmother, they'll tell you certain things so hurtful if you're having an argument that it will hit you where you cannot tell them that. This is why, because they use both hemispheres of their brain. So when you look at it now, we look at naturally that some people now, for example, a hermaphrodite, in my understanding and my natural aspects of natural research, is not having male and female genitals. It's just somebody with a female having male spirit or male characteristics, and a male with a female characteristic. These people can't argue it because they see things in the both world. They see things in the etheric world and the physical world. So they argue a certain way.
Right.
Where they will tell you so much of things, it will hurt you.
Right.
So we're looking at that aspect of.
All right. We've just got a couple minutes left. So anything you want to say in closing? You have about 2 minutes.
Yes. What I was saying in closing is that naturally that education, the education aspect in Trinidad and Tobago have to be reviewed holistically. And the educational system in Trinidad, whether it's PNM or UNC, have to watch it at a very general aspects and look at how the world is moving, and we ask ourselves why it is certain countries developed, why certain countries underdeveloped. We're not talking about Nazi colonialism and neocolonialism. If you look at the educational system, for example, in Trinidad and Tobago, there are approximately 1.3 million people, and in Cuba there's approximately 30 million people. And there are more migrants in Trinidad and Tobago before this blockade with the US and whatever happening down in Trinidad and Tobago. The Trinidad and Tobago have more vagrancy than there. We asked approximately why it is different parts of the world. For example, North Korea have been going through so much of sanctions, but yet they develop a missile over and over. The reason for that is because they use the human aspect of natural creativity. They use their people. There's something called what they call human creation and human development. Right? And creative development, human resources. That's the right we're looking for. Human resources need to be used in Trinidad and Tobago. I remember one of the government, I can't remember the PNM UNC was talking Trinidad and Tobago. The most powerful resource in the world is human resource. Human resource is so significant that when all resources have been consumed, what we'll use. This is why I mentioned not bashing the internet or the system of education which is viewed on YouTube and these things, is that when we stop thinking, anytime we stop thinking, we stop creating. And anytime we see our women is on the streets, that is how we judge a society, which meaning that naturally everything is education. Because for me and you to have this conversation, it must have a level of education. For me and you naturally to have any kind of reasoning, to come into conclusion, solution, it must have a certain amount of degree of education. So education is not just based on retentivity. Education is based on creativity. It is based on retentivity. It is based on visual learning. It is based on the creative aspect. It is based on the auditory aspect. It is based on kinesthetic learning. It is based on sub-creative learning.
All right, nice man. So people, that is Mr. Charles Phillip, and a little bit on the misconception there of education, man. Nice having you on. Pleasure to meet you. And people, we're going to take a little break here. We're going to pause for a cause. When we come back, we're going to close things off on the program this morning. X will jump back in the mix. And because X comes at the end of mix, so he'll jump back in right there. And we will take it to 12 noon. Do not go anywhere. Off the record continues after this.
The winning numbers in the National Lottery online draws for Tuesday, 30th June 2026. At 10:30 a.m., Playway, the number 34 Blind Man. Playway jackpot numbers 28, 20, 4, 14 and
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls, the experts are on the ball. The final VAR, live on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. on TTT and TTT Live Online, starting June 11th.
Bruh, I have a bone to pick with you. You still supporting that side, girl?
Obviously, till the day I die.
But you really think they could win our title again?
You do know we are the defending champions. We have a player that's going to have a fairy tale ending. You do know that we come with a lot of experience and a whole bunch of youngsters.
Yeah, but sentiments don't win your World Cups.
You know what? I'm not having this with you right now. I'll see you on the final VAR.
Catch all the action on the final VAR right here on TTT and TTT Live Online from 8:30 p.m. starting Thursday, 11 June 2026.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m.
The excitement of world football ignites with the final VAR. Victories, analysis, reviews, the goals, the calls.
Of course, it's reaching the boiling point. So don't watch your finals from your couch when you can experience it with a crowd that's just as passionate as you. And the time is good. Sunday, July 19th, all roads lead to the Mecca at 11A Marval Road, Port of Spain. Digicel and the TTT Limited Media Network present Game On, the finale, the ultimate watch party experience. Party. Who will lift the trophy? Party. Get ready to feel the energy. The excitement and of course the passion for the biggest match of the tournament on giant screens with giveaways along with special after show performances with your favorite artists. Admission is absolutely free, so you know they like that, right? Anything free, no Trinidad like that. That's the one thing I'd leave out when I mentioned Sparrow and Brazil and everything else. The freeness. Yes.
Dirty word.
Yes, boy. So to gain entry, you must secure your exclusive access pass. X, you have yours?
Nah.
Well, Stanley will organize it. Log on now to Island Tickets to get yours today. Gates open at 1 p.m., so make sure and be there early and don't miss a moment. And for more details, you can stay locked to TTT Limited Media Network, Suite 100.1, Next 99.1, and Talk City 91.1 FM. Game On, the finale. Don't just watch it, experience it. You know I ain't gonna be here for the final.
When is the final?
I wouldn't be here for the World Cup final, boy.
When is the final?
Boy.
When is the final?
The final is the 19th of July.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't be here.
But I'll be in Tobago, I think.
I go be in, what you call it, St. Lucia, boy.
When are you leaving?
I don't know yet. I don't know when the flight is. They didn't tell me yet, you know, on June done. I tell you, they're mad, you know, they're mad over there by the next house. So
Right.
But I think it's supposed to be around the 14th or the 15th.
Oh, okay.
And then my girlfriend now are waiting on a passport. What is going on with this passport thing, boy? Again, real frustrated with that. You know,
6 months.
She went in April.
Mm.
Is April a fly out?
Yeah.
April, May, June. Yeah, she went in April and, well, she never had a passport.
Never had a passport.
She afraid to fly, so she never went and get a passport.
Okay.
Yeah, she afraid plane and thing now. So anyway.
Why you get afraid something you don't like?
Listen.
How first you never experienced?
She afraid flying. She has flown before.
Oh, she flew before?
Yeah, she just get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You had to give she a gravel and 2 sleeping tablet. William. Right? But she just sleep. Yeah, to go on that plane. But nevertheless, I tell her, say what's going on. I say, man, I have plenty traveling to do.
Right.
And you could make some of the trips with me. You know what I mean? And, you know, come and travel and whatever. Because how it does be with me when I travel, right? I'm a cameraman, but my cameraman, like, he kind of introvert. So he like to lock himself in the room and he don't come out during the course of the day. And he does order room service, everything. So if you get here a chance, he don't come out of the room at all.
Unless you have a gig.
Right. Unless we had to actually leave to go and do an event, right? So anyway. So most of the time it's just him and I.
Right.
So me and nobody tell line with nobody, and then he do drink.
Oh God.
So he's not a drinker either.
That's a double whammy again.
And we just get all-inclusive package with free drinks and food and everything. I looking to take advantage, right? I looking to take advantage, right? Now, so I tell her, I say, look, at least in the evening time, I go be able to go out, eat a little dinner. You know what I mean? We could go and sit down by the bar, we could take a little drink, we go and take a little lime somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? Explore the place now. But he don't like to do that, and I ain't rolling on my own. So I told her that. So she went and she organized and she did the interview and everything, and they told her 2 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. And we in June, at the end of June right now.
Right.
So I am wondering.
6 months to get a passport, not 6 months?
Well,
it
used. They told her 3 weeks.
Well, I heard 6 months sometime recently.
So now but the last thing I did is I called and they say August. So May, June, July, August, right? April, May, June, July, August, or wherever it is, right? So I saying, but I can't remember it being that long to get the passport.
Yeah, a long
I don't think under PNM it was so long.
No.
Oh God, Roger, fix that now. There's stymie in that too.
Yeah, by the way, call him back there.
Don't tell me there's stymie in that too, you know. No, but that passport thing getting real frustrating way.
Well, I think it was 6 months a year.
Huh?
I think it was 6 months a year last time.
God, line busy. Alright. 6 months, were you sure about that, boy?
Yes. I think it's 6 months, is it?
Because I say she would have get it already. And
should have been timing to go.
Should have been timing to go to St. Lucia. Because having gone to St. Lucia for the jazz festival, I was like, you know, this is a nice place, you know. We could go. It's a good place to carry. Like I wouldn't take her to St. Vincent. Right? St. Vincent is a mess, to tell you the truth, right? But not only that, it's a mess. They don't even have traffic lights.
Well,
right? Thank Ralph Gonzalez for that. Right? The man, like, I don't know, but the man, no traffic lights, you know. They have no traffic lights in St. Vincent, you know.
Well, yeah. Well,
they shut down all the traffic lights, you know. I went, the last carnival I went there, I see about 5 accidents, you know. And that was over 2 days.
Yeah.
But telling you, I had a particular spot where you seen the same accident right through.
I seen Chateau Belair when I went there.
Oh God, well, me and nobody, that song real fancy. What part of the island you was on?
The volcano, near the volcano.
By Soufriere?
Yeah, by Soufriere side.
Yeah, I never reach over on that side, you know. They just have us over. Like, you know, this one road? It's one road, eh? This is one road, boy. Yeah. One road takes you everywhere.
Yep.
I went up in the marijuana plant, the mountains where the marijuana and things grow. I went up there on the marijuana farms and thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a nice experience, boy. I see some serious strains up there, boy.
Nice Vinci, man. Nice Vinci, man.
I'm walking at tent, I get highest, boy. I ain't smoking up there, let's get high, boy. Watch me. No, but they have it, but plenty medicinal. All on the side of the road, they just have it there, medicinal.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, medicinal marijuana and thing for different issues that you have. They just have everything right there, man.
Nice money over that.
How you mean? So we should be capitalizing on that market ourselves.
Ratiram and them, I don't know Ratiram and them doing. I talking to he no long about medicinal marijuana.
So what's the problem?
I have a company done link up in California ready to export everything.
Right, so what's the problem?
He done no legislation. He see done nothing.
But Al Rawi and them didn't. Oh God, I'm not talking nothing about Al Rawi do that because he didn't do anything early.
They say they have no legislation for it. So I was waiting on that for the longest while.
For medicinal marijuana?
Yeah, how to get the permit and all them kind of thing. And
so they didn't decriminalize it for that purpose? To export?
No.
No?
No. They decriminalize it for the nation, but actually...
For man to grow have a 4 plant in the yard so they could burn the ganja?
Yeah, well, that's how it is.
That's stupid.
Well,
we should be profiting on the damn thing, man. They have a whole... Listen...
They're still destroying millions of dollars in marijuana.
In marijuana,
fields.
they have a whole economy over there.
Yeah.
On marijuana
yeah.
exporting marijuana, you know.
We're supposed to be doing that here, but I don't know what's taking so long with the legislation and thing, and who get the permits and that kind of stuff, and what is the rigors to get the permits and that kind of thing. Because it have plenty of other places that have marijuana, they open marijuana centers for medicinal purposes and things.
Yes, but I went to the place medicinal. The woman give me a whole walkthrough.
We do have that here. We do have that
I have
here.
a whole feature on that I do.
They say they want money, but I don't know what's going on. I already don't know.
It has so much different markets. We could, and there's a big market for that, man.
I'm trying to get Ratiram on the phone and he didn't answer any phone. So we're good.
Who's that, Ratiram?
Yeah.
What, that man don't answer your phone at all, boy. I see him down in the corridor thing down in Siparia.
Yeah.
He was showing me the black bean, the black eyed peas that we making here now. Because we used to import it.
Right.
So as part of bringing down the food import bill, we start to grow it here now.
Right.
So they're growing the black eyed peas here. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, but
you don't answer your phone.
One of the biggest things that they can make money off of
is marijuana.
It is what it is, and the products that they get, the CBD products and all these different these things is big money business.
But that's good for people using that for all kind of thing, you know.
It's big money business, and we studying all kind
people
of
using that to
stuff,
calm you. It has some people that use it for stroke.
I don't know what
for stroke patients.
I don't know what we're using it for, but we have these things available right here, and we can partner with foreign companies to get it. Our brethren doing CBD oil, THC content on weed and that kind of stuff, drying it out wherever, and continuing it for glaucoma, for all the different ailments, and it's working in other countries, but it's not working here.
Why it's not working here, I don't know. I'm gonna take a call and see. Hello, good morning.
Good evening.
Yeah, man, what going on?
All right, so let me get a little touch on the marijuana.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Talk
Right.
the herb.
The herbs.
Yeah, you talk
so
the herb, man.
marijuana is such a utilized medicinal plant, not only for what you may traditionally think, but it helps with epilepsy.
Yep.
Does it cancer too?
Cancer.
There are some uses in cancer, but it's a little
glaucoma,
more
glaucoma
technical than
issues,
that.
all kind of different.
The glaucoma.
Yeah, ever.
Glaucoma?
Yes.
Glaucoma.
Yes, they use it for that.
Serious?
Yeah.
It relieves the pressure in the eye.
In the eye and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Very many uses for marijuana, you know.
Yeah. No, but
not just for smoking.
How easy it is to apply to us here in Trinidad.
Right.
Right. Arthritis.
Right. Yeah. The
arthritis.
CBD oil.
It's a big issue in Trinidad because of our the tropical climate. You tend to find a lot of people suffer with that.
I get arthritis as I turn 49.
And you only hear the old people say, a lot of them just say that is a hot and cold, taking care of them, and ironing clothes in the morning and going and making food. You just hear plenty of them.
Yeah.
Complaining more them pains in their hands.
The CBD oil is good for that.
The CBD oil is good for that. No.
But people don't sell CBD oil, yeah?
The first step was the decriminalization.
Right.
What they have now to do is put the other legislation in place. There's a gentleman who you used to bring on the airwaves before on your previous station X, Mr. Makata. Soon.
Yeah, Dr. Green.
I believe you should bring him a day with Stephan to give you all an update on the legislation.
Right.
He helped create legislation in other countries as well, other Caribbean countries,
Right.
to help us reach to where we need to reach with the legislation. Because unfortunately, without that, we cannot go further. But it has to be properly planned.
Right.
And I remember one of the major problems was that we didn't want legislation in place that would allow only a small group
to make the money,
to be able to do or to make the money.
But that's why I approached him. That's why I approached him early on, and he said, "Well, legislation doing so other wait kind of thing." So
no. Unfortunately, what I'm hoping that between now and next year, they get that sorted out, because it is a crucial part in this cog for us to sort of understand, because we have a particular strain in Trinidad as well that is desirous in certain places.
Okay.
Right, but we also have to be mindful that it is a foreign income earner.
Of course.
2, it will help stop some of the foreign imports if we have some local production.
Right.
And you may get some youths involved not only in the marijuana planting, but if in the legislation they say what happening, if on every acre or they are allowed 7,000 square feet of marijuana production,
Right.
but you have to plant some other things with it. You force them into a situation where they say, okay, I can plant 7,000 square feet, but I have to plant 10,000 square feet or less.
All right.
You
Understood.
understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man.
we add to the we don't just try to create a system where it's only marijuana we want them to get interested in planting.
All
You want
right.
them to understand that there's a farming situation. This is your crop to do this. This is your crop to help. Otherwise, utilize all the land, that kind of thing.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Cool. I'm gonna see what
And
nobody.
we have been having this conversation for years. For
And nothing.
years, we've been having this conversation. When Ravi came in, I still am advance the conversation, because I'm a brethren and them just do it in California and those places that sell CBD oil and all those different things.
Big market, boy. Huge market for
And
them thing, boy.
they're willing to partner with us here in Trinidad to move out stuff and to get the medicinal stuff.
All is sleeping on the thing.
Yeah.
All of those sleep
And
on
I
it.
millions of dollars in foreign exchange.
Oh, I know.
Millions of dollars.
I'm not taking it.
Well, buddy, yeah. So you all are seeing many versions of the Hydra showing its head this morning. The obvious one of government institutions, entrenched government workers, and so on, getting in the way. So you're trying to dismantle the corruption that is well entrenched in our system, and they are going to prevent you from doing so. It's similar to what the NIR went through. Right? They make things difficult that the poor man suffers. The Hydra operates like this: if you try to cut off the head, the bottom will suffer, because there's no mouth to feed to then for excrement to pass through the middle and then reach the those at the bottom. Right? That's how the Hydra works. For you to get the heads, you're going to suffer those at the bottom, and those at the bottom are going to raise up against you. That's why you can't kill it. You have to let it live, otherwise you're going to kill the base of politics in Trinidad and Tobago. That's why it works so beautifully well for the PNM. Because when you have your heads in the places where they need to be, you can't cut them off. This government, props to them, they're trying to do that, but it will fail, right? As it has failed before in the long run. People will turn against you because they're not being fed. Another example you're seeing now, for decades you've been saying, well, we can't catch a big fish. All of a sudden, big fish start to get caught. And all of a sudden,
people have a problem with
activists
it.
are speaking up for the big fish.
It's
All
true.
politics, as I've said a few times, is that it's about financing, and activists activating. And financiers pay for activists to activate on topics that they want activated, while they also pay politicians to speak in parliament on their behalf. Their ideologies and interests represented. Now that they are under threat, the financiers, they are using all forces, both in the parliament and out here in social media and in real media. And this is where I think that story about the magistrate, I think that was sabotage. What that story did is it created the impression that the current executive branch of government is going after the judicial branch. And that's a no-no, right? So that's the level of sabotage that you cannot defeat with executive actions. Any executive trying to do that will face the Hydra and be defeated by it. To win a war like that, you need to include the legislative branch of government, the parliament. And the only way to do that is by granting the people the power to do so. And right now, the people don't have that power. The people who have that power is the very financiers, nobody else. But here again, so this is why I suggested some things early on in this government's term, because I realized they were going to go after what they're going after and what they would have run into. So what I immediately said, when you dismantle CPEP, everybody who claimed to work CPEP, prove that you work CPEP, right? Present yourself to the nearest corporation yard, prove that you work CPEP, turn up for work every day, sign a book, and we will find work for you. Right? If you have enough road to pave, bush to cut, etc., we will find work for you under the corporation. Cut out the that's where you can cut out the corruption of the contractor, but still not harm the base, those who would suffer. You cut off the head, the mouth, but you would still feed the bottom. Right? And then what I suggested, so that thing down Shagamas, right, is really about this. Because you still can't support the amount of people you need to support with welfare for too long. And you need to find real jobs for people. I need to kickstart this economy. I mean, the other thing I suggested is beg, borrow, and steal, get your refinery back open. Because that's a linchpin. And now that the world is turning to the West, because they've lost confidence in the Middle East for its petroleum products, it's even more obvious that you have to get going quick. You need to, and I mean, if by the end of the year, they claim to intend to open the refinery by the end of the year, that's quickish, right? But beg, borrow, and steal, dip into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund if you need to. But that's why I suggested these things. Because I realized early on they were really going to go after this Hydra, to dismantle all of the corruption and so on. But I also suggested to them, you cannot do that as executive actions. You just cannot. All right? You have to, in the long run, look at fixing your constitution to allow the people into the parliament. Because if the people are not in the parliament, then finances are going to be in the parliament. And once finances are in the parliament, more likely or not, they're going to be pro-PNM finances. And that's the battle you're going to face. You're not going to be able to defeat that Hydra. Not. Right? The one saving grace they have going for them is that what's trying to kill that Hydra right now is not local, it's international, as Uncle Sam. I'll go into the next one for that. So internationally, not only here, there's a nexus between black market drugs and black market oil. All across the world, Iran, you name it. And in this part of the world, the obvious center of that is Venezuela. People say, well, Venezuela don't make coke. It don't matter. It is traded within the fact that Venezuela is the largest reserve of oil in the world. And quite often, these people who are involved in black market oil, sanctioned oil and all that, are also involved in the drug trade as middlemen in Venezuela, but also in Trinidad. You cannot have a trade in black market oil and black market drugs from South America heading north without Trinidad being involved. And you cannot have, for 10 years, clearly we were on one side regarding the trade of the black market oil. We were for it. We were involved in it. That was the tanker turning over in Tobago. Right? We were on the side of the Iranians, the Russians, and the Chinese regarding Venezuela. Okay? So if you're involved in that, then you're involved in the next one. And the peoples are the topses in different ways. Right? Uncle Sam has reached home and he pulled off his belt. Okay? That's what's going on. The announcement of Navy SEALs in Trinidad and Tobago was curious. You don't announce those people. All right? And they weren't here to train. Well, yeah, they might be here to train. No problem. That's the cover story. And they'll train. But I think their real function and being announced, right, was so as to present a deterrence against anybody wanting to do a 1990.
That's right.
That's how far I'm going. Because you're touching people in black market oil and black market drugs at the very top.
That's right.
And these are the people who would, again, using the concept of the Hydra, they are the heads. They're going to tune up the bottom. They're going to rile up the bottom, as they did in 1990, to act as a buffer to defend them. That's why that was announced as a deterrence. I know I'm sounding crazy.
No.
But that's what I think is going on there. And we are just seeing the beginning of it, people.
That's right. I'll tell you that's right. That's the exact thought that came into my head when they said when it dead. A DEAD dead. That's why I can do and I'm trying to do it from here now, boy. Yeah. I'm trying to see if it have a way. It have a way. All right. That's all. Yeah, you could forward this, that, and that. It have a way. Now I just had to find you.
Mr. X, I think.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, when they mentioned it the first time, I was like, all right. This is not something that you just mention. You don't mention these things. You understand? And the fact that they mentioned it was very interesting. Right. I think it is. That's some X are trying to. think it's supposed to be. Is it forward there?
No.
No. All right, that's I'm gonna go back into the madness here. I'll figure it out. No, but that was the initial thought that I had in terms of the mentioning of the name. Because why else would you mention them?
And funny enough,
there's no reason to mention them.
Funny enough,
You don't mention things like that.
While he was talking, I started to remember the guy yesterday that said he doesn't analyze everything. But he just analyze everything with how it actually going in terms of and bringing it down to the layman so the layman can understand how and why we are where we are. And so it was very interesting to hear him say that yesterday. But this place just that's different. Just
Yeah, I knew that was strategic. You don't really mention those things. Those are not things that you mention.
And that war against that seed that they've tried to plant, that the legislative against the judiciary.
Yeah.
That is a problem. I remember I mentioned that yesterday.
Yeah.
That's a problem because we have why you telegraphing the play, and you're telegraphing the play for a reason. You understand? To create I would think that Kamala Pasabi is bright enough to understand these plays and to kind of counteract, but it have ways and means to doing things, and that thing down Shagarama, so the biggest gas station, that is something that is supposed to facilitate, and it's not going to cost them no bits of money to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
And they could make at least $2 billion up front, early in the picture, and the rest of things, let us handle it.
Yeah.
We will facilitate the different pieces and the different arms to make things happen. Just give me access to legal affairs, give me access to TNTech, give me access to WASA, give me access to the people who dealing with the land legal affairs, with the plots of lands, give me access to the place to finish the broad walk up to the Tembledora, or to at least by the restaurant, make it a thoroughfare. I could get in touch with MTB, people who doing hashing, people who doing bike riding, all these different people coming down into the peninsula. People like the banks, I could talk to the banks and get the different ATMs coming back down that side, so that anybody could push a card and get money at any given time, anywhere in the world. That kind of way. In terms of the promotion, I could get the trucks, the low boys, the trucks and them working throughout the year, not just for Carnival alone, because they would need trucks to mount up speakers and wherever. So who not in the speaker thing will go on a tour somewhere down on that side down there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It have picnic, it have several different things down Macreep and all these different places that we could go, the thing, right? And people would be invited to come down to build stuff on leased plots of land, and these things, right? It's a whole vision, and all of that happening in one little portion of Trinidad and Tobago, and you could create 15,000 jobs down on that side there alone.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if there's the scene why I seen.
But it take money to get that done,
Well, I have an investor with 10 million. They just had to put the rest.
Oh, gosh.
It's about 100 million in all.
So about 90 million.
About 90 million.
90-10.
Yeah. And I drop in the bucket to where we going and get in return.
I could easy tension there, with a little $100, I'm a $100. That's all I am, brother, man.
And I have 100 too.
The football take the rest of my money. I have $100. I could invest $100 in that. I could put $100 in.
And it's just a matter of facilitating things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Using the army down there, using CDA, police, all these people in them to make sure that people are safe down on that end of the country.
Yeah, but they got all of that done.
If you want to ride, you ride from the top of the boardwalk, the little riding
light
part
up
after.
the place too, man. Proper lighting and everything.
Yes, and make sure that the road's good too.
All right, we got the news at noon coming up now. That's it for us for today. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday. Go ahead.
Even those of minds have a genius of expressing the obvious. Stop walking around town with the blinkers on and just marrying to post. Have a good day, TNT, and mind your bloody business.
We gone.
Manager at Touchstone Exploration Inc., Xavier Munan, explained that